Give everybody a chance to click off the ad that's playing.
Welcome to AP Studios, not sponsored in any way by Nikon. We welcome everyone who is tuning in across the world and those listening to this recording. We welcome you to get active in the chat, but remind you to please keep it fun and respectful. Also remember that here at AP Studios, you do have a voice and we want to hear from you. Shoot us an email or comment in the chat if you would like to jump in the sandbox with our incredible panel. Now, without further ado, join me in welcoming your host, the man of the people, the oracle of Nikon, and the Eminem slayer of the Midwest, George!
Thank you very much, Joe Man's Land. Joey made that for me. For those that don't know, those that have heard it too many times are probably tired of hearing it. But anyway, I don't know how incredible this panel is. We do have an acclaimed photographer with us tonight, Mr. Gabriel, there with his papa, Joe Stroud, and he submitted a photo. So we'll be looking at that tonight, letting him talk about it, and tell us his creative eye, how he came up with this photo. All right, we'll let everybody get in here. We still got a lot of people to go, I know. I see a lot of chat going on. Hello, everybody in the chat. Let me turn it over to the panel and let them introduce themselves. Take it away, Joe and Gabriel.
I'm Joe. That's my grandson, Gabriel, and he likes to take pictures, too. Don't you, Gabriel?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. See, we got somebody wanting to submit a photo already. Mr. Ryan Luna. All right.
That didn't take long.
Nope. John Ishii, how you doing, John? You're welcome to join us in the panel. I'm sorry I didn't send you the link. I get so many people in the two line that I forget people. So if you'd like to join, just let me know, John. Well, shoot, I'll just move over here real quick and shoot John an invite.
He said,
All right. We're still waiting. Let everybody get in here, folks.
Yeah, we got J-Rod and Jeff and Leslie. Hello.
Yeah, Anita's listening. Yeah, I got Anita's photo. Tell her thank you very much for her submission. Appreciate it. What's that? Fiat Knocked. Good evening. Ted, ATR Bear. How you doing, Ted? And Ryan's going to send a photo. All righty. 27 folks in here. We have a couple of photos that the folks will not be present, but they'll catch up after the fact and watch. So, Jeffrey, say hello to the crowd.
Say hello, gang. Another Saturday night.
Another Saturday night. Yes, it is. And we have photos to review. Say again, Roy?
It's Sunday.
Well, this is true for you, isn't it? Wayne's in here too. Let me send Wayne. I don't want anybody to think I'm leaving them out.
Hello, Mr. Stewart. How you doing? And then my friend Bob, our photos. We went shooting this morning, and we're both hurting. We're both tired.
Oh.
This photography bit wears you out, you know.
It does. If you do it consistently, you're right. And I guess the older we get, the less consistent we need to be. Maybe, I don't know. No, hang on, Ryan. Let me throw it up here. It's good English. Throw it up there.
Yeah, Roy, your lenses look quite orderly behind you.
It's just in light today more than.
John says he'll try to come on later. Got a few things to do this AM. All right. J Rod commented on your lenses back there. Did you organize that lens shelf? Looks nice.
It's just the lights hitting them today because of the way the sun's coming through the window.
I tell you, it's great light, man.
Sun is
Good
something we have not had a lot of in Myrtle Beach lately, I'll tell you.
Well, it's sunny here today, which is unusual lately. It's going to be 19, 20 degrees Celsius, which is, I have no idea what that is in American talk.
I wish everybody around the world would learn to speak English.
Would help, wouldn't it? That's about
Yeah, when you say
70
Celsius, I always got to look it up because 19C is
That's 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
66F.
All
Most
right.
countries use metric these days, apart from America. I think Guyana or some other country does, and that's about using imperial, and that's about it.
Yeah, we got 34 people in here. We always try to wait a few minutes, folks, to let people gather, find the channel. Remember that they wanted to watch their photo be reviewed and so on and so forth. But we'll kick it off here in just a few minutes. We have 25 photos. There are some doubles, and I just went ahead and allowed the doubles because it was my fault, and I didn't want to go back and reorganize the numbers. So when somebody said, "Can you switch this out for that?" No, I'll just add it because now I'd have to go back and renumber, and I hate the Word document. Trying to reorganize it. Oh man. Nick says he always adds 30 to Celsius to find the approximate
It's not that simple.
Fahrenheit.
It's
It
about
cha- yeah, it
1920
changes.
today, and that's about 70 in imperial.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit.
Joe Man's Land. Joe, would you like to join? It's Saturday night. I'm sure as young as you are and with a beautiful fiance, you're not going to stick around here. You're going to go out and do something, I'm sure, but you're welcome to join if you like.
Every
Oh.
time Sith BK says aloha, everybody, I just feel depressed that I'm here and not where he is.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Pharaoh Man, 40 Celsius is also 40 below Celsius is 40 below Fahrenheit.
The only
Yeah, it's-
time they're both the same.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there though.
All I know is 0 Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. People say,
Temperature of
well,
freezing water
yeah,
at sea level.
yeah.
Most countries use metric these days, so it's quite strange. America doesn't.
Yeah, we just weren't smart enough to get used to it.
Think of all the tape measures they'd have to change.
Oh man.
Most tape measures have got both on them these days.
Yeah, but you
Metric
can't
and
read the
imperial.
metric side. It's so small.
Much easier to work with than metric though.
When I was going to school, they were trying to convert us over to it, and let's just say it didn't go well. And all of a sudden, it just kind of like went away, and they didn't push it anymore.
That's how they messed up the Hubble, is what J Rod says.
Yeah, yeah.
And that lander on Mars, they did it in feet instead of meters.
John says metric is a communist plot. Yeah, you'd think by measuring in tenths, it would be so much easier. But we're so used to, I mean, those of us that are of age, we're so used to SAE that we can't get past the metric, can't accept the metric system.
You travel to and from America, you have to learn both.
Moss man, we weren't smart enough to comprehend the base 10 system. That says a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I prefer to look at it as we were just obstinate. We were smart enough.
The American education system strikes again.
Yeah. Oh. Nick's asking, is the Peter McKinnon edition ND filter any good? I haven't heard anybody say anything negative about it, so I don't know if that means it's good or not.
I don't think he makes it himself.
No. No, they were smart. They tapped him to be their icon for that filter system.
Nikon don't make the filters themselves. I think Tiffin makes them for them.
Yeah, and they're way too expensive.
They are.
They're like I hate to say it, that they're stupidly expensive actually.
I've got a few of them, but they're well overpriced. Only gone by accident.
Solved. Bigfoot is metric.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why we can't really figure out how tall he really is.
Okay, so Nick's looking at that filter to put on his 85 to prevent blowouts in the background. Yeah, if you're shooting outside and you're shooting wide open, you're right. There is a. I mean,
in film days, you needed the UV filter to stop overexposure in blue light.
yeah, but
Right,
depending on what you're doing, you can stop it, not stop it down, but use the shutter to actually control the exposure. Of course, it's across the board, but an ND filter will be too. It's going to expose everything, drop the exposure on everything. So
I like a polarizer better. It's more useful.
yeah.
Although variable NDs can be used as a polarizer.
All right. So I'll tell you what, we'll wait till 9:15 and we will kick off the photo review. Just give everybody a few more minutes to get in here if they want to get in here. Nick says, thank you, Roy.
What have I done now? Yeah, that would be confusing, David. Imagine all your. Actually, I've got a few lenses in inches. The early Nikons were all in inches.
John wants to buy the new 3.35 inch 1.2 lens.
Used to have,
Oh, everybody, welcome Mr. Wayne R. Maddox, a return Nikon customer.
Yes, sir. Back in the house.
How's the Z8 treating you, Wayne?
Quite well. Quite well.
Good.
You're still watching the Sony, though. She's still here.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
No, I haven't figured out how to set it up just yet. So once I do.
Yeah, that's the thing about, the Z9 when I got it. And I've been talking to Lee Rothman quite a bit. He just bought the Z9. And I've been talking to him quite a bit about the fact that it takes a minute to get used to especially in the AF system in the Z9 and now with the Z8. It definitely takes a little work. It's not the auto shoot, point and shoot that.
Yeah, compared to the A1, the A1, you just turn it on, it works. But the Z9 actually does a better job, provided you set it up properly.
Yeah, there you go. Hank DiNardo.
Well, the thing is, Wayne, the user manual that they send you is pretty much useless. So you got to go to the PDF
Reference
file
guide.
and reference guide, and then you got about 1,000 pages to go through.
Yeah, I've been going through that stuff. I just reset the camera this morning because there's some things that changed. And I don't know what's happened here. So let me just reset it and start setting up things differently.
Wow, Hank, that's a pretty impressive price for a D3S with only 1,500 shutter actuations. It's hard to believe that it's only got 1,500 on it. Wow.
That was actually my first pro level camera, was a D3S. That was the only one that I had. That was a pro level camera actually until the Z9.
And Mr. Lee Rothman just happens to show up. How you doing, Lee? He says, Roy will be right back, folks, let you know. I just came in. Yeah, indeed, the Z9 is a learning curve as compared to the Sony A7R5, but today I learned tons, nailed some nice ones of a Pelican and some fishermen in the river. Cool. That's great. He bought the 24 to 120 and the 1 to 400 to go along with it. I think he'll be extremely happy with those lenses.
Yeah.
John Ishii talking about the D3S. D3S got me so many front pages all over the world. Yeah, that at the time, and even still today, I guess, John, I don't want to, say it isn't today, but that was definitely a photojournalist camera, wasn't it?
I tell you, I love that camera. I mean, unfortunately, as part of a group of cameras I had that got stolen from my home, but
Ooh.
I love that camera. That to me, that was beautiful. I just could do no wrong with it, man. I really loved it.
All right, you guys ready to kick this photo review off? I know Roy, he'll be right back, but I don't want anybody that tuned in for the photo review to say, "Hey, what's going on?" There's just a bunch of old men in there just chatting, which is typically the case for us.
And they should just be thankful we're not wearing pajamas.
or swimming trunks only. Yeah.
I'd really hate to wear my Spider-Man outfit. That just
Watch out now. You got Gabriel up there. Gabriel's a Spider-Man. He's a big Spider-Man fan, isn't he?
Yeah.
that's
All
good.
right.
'Cause I'm a Spider-Man nerd from when I was your age. So
Wow.
I was a big comic book collector. I love Spider-Man was always my favorite. Still is.
All right. Let me get everything tuned up here. So I've got everything ready to go. La, 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 la. I got to share screen. We'll go ahead and adjust that. We already have one photo up there. I got to get word out here so I know who did what. It's way too early in the morning for Ray Powell, but this is Ray's photo. Let me go up here. All right, so this is Ray Powell's photo taken with a D80, Nikon 70 to 300 at 5.6, and let's see, 1/800th of a second, 210 millimeter. Of course, it's in JPEG. His photo, I don't think so. A lot of people I noticed aren't really shooting for black and white or in black and white a lot. And I really appreciate that everybody gave it a shot. I mean, some people obviously do shoot in black and white, but others just did it because that was part of the challenge this month was to shoot in black and white. And I think Ray's one of them. But thank you, Ray. And I'm sure you're going to be watching this tomorrow. So this is Ray Powell's photo in the black and white June monthly photo review.
This is where you say, "Where's the rest of the bird?"
So one of the challenges in black and white, and it is a challenge, is the gradients. I mean, it's shades of gray, and finding the right contrast point is so important in a black and white photo. And the other thing, and this is something we didn't talk about the other day, is color casting in black and white. From sepia to what's the cool tone called? I can't remember. But a lot of times magenta will creep into your black and white if you're trying too hard to crush the blacks or whatever. And if you don't crush the blacks, though, then you get more of a sepia look, which is considered black and white as well.
Yep.
But the thing about black and white is to take it and play with it. If you're converting to black, even if it's a black and white photo, if your sensor's black and white, there's still a lot you can do with the color filters in the editing process. Just like we talked about, and Roy's talked about it. Jeffrey, you talked about it. The old color filters, the stick-on filters on your lens, shooting black and white. Well, not just black and white, but shooting black and white as well.
But to edit color, edit black and white films with filters, you need to take it in color so that you can edit it in Photoshop and that before you convert
Yeah.
it to black and white.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just doesn't work. Or you stick the filters in front of the camera. You can't put filters over a black and white image in Photoshop.
So, and just
Has to be
getting that,
color.
I'm all about black and white, total black to total white, and all the gray in between. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm trying to achieve when I'm doing black and white. I don't want any other color cast. I don't want any sepia in it. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not what I do. But nice job, Ray. Not all photos respond well to just black and white, but nice photo though. I like it.
Yep.
Let's see. Let me get my. And next we have back to the Word document. Luis sent this in. It's a great Shearwater. You guys, you know better than I am. Me and Mr. Z Wade Photo, that's just a pigeon with a long beak. It's off the west coast of Portugal, not far from where I was born and raised, he says. That's with the Nikon Z9 500 millimeter PF at 5.6, 1/32,000th of a second, ISO 1250. So a lot of people have asked me before, because I've had some high ISO shots and then a super high shutter speed. And they asked me why. Why do you have such high ISO? And well, at 1/1250th of a second, I think, or 1/32,000. What was it? Not 32,000. What did I say? At 1/3200th.
3200th. Okay.
Yeah, of a second. You're cutting a lot of light out. But yeah, so Mr. Luis, your photo. Luis, are you in here? No, I think I remember him saying he wouldn't be in here as well. You guys want to comment on Luis's photo?
I've never seen this, obviously, I don't live or have been to where he lives. So I just find I like the shape of the bill with that really sharp bend in it. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's almost there is a gap.
A little gap in there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's a unique bill, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's part of the Gull family for sure.
Yeah.
I like the
Gotta
background.
Yeah, well,
I really like it. It's
Good
Oh,
size
yeah.
too. It's got some good size wings on it too.
All right. I don't know who this is. Maybe he'll step up and tell us.
who's that? Tell him that's you.
That's mine.
Oh,
Ah,
that's Gabriel's photo. Gabriel, you got to tell us about it. What is it, and what did you take this photo with?
I took the photo with a Coolpix Nikon.
Okay. So what kind of creation do you have there?
A web.
A web. Oh, I see where this is going. Okay.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, man.
Show what you had to do. Tell him what you had to do when he was in your closet. He crawled in his closet and looked out and took the picture.
Oh, yeah. I see Papa's creativity has reached down to his grandson as well. So what made you think of doing this, Gabriel?
Just to put you.
Share some info, Gabriel. What was the thought process behind this one?
How did you think of this? How did you come up with this?
Hanging my toys on there.
Oh, okay. And,
Yeah, he
and
took
you,
some painter's tape and stripped it around there, and that way he wouldn't lose his stuff on the floor. So he put it in the web.
oh, okay. Okay. That's
Good
thinking.
job. Nice.
And then you stepped back and said, man, this would make a great photo, huh?
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right,
Nice.
Gabriel. Great job, buddy. Great job.
We call that the World Wide Web.
Now you've had a photo that's been seen around the world.
That's right. Yeah.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Mhm.
So I think.
Yeah. You're
That's
gonna
great.
watch out. You're gonna be famous now, kiddo.
Yep.
Your phone's gonna you have your own phone. Your phone's gonna start ringing. Watch out.
You gotta keep taking photos, Gabriel. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right.
Keep it fun. As long as you're having fun doing it, that's what it's all about.
Go
Yes.
ahead, Wayne. Jump in there.
I was going to say, keep shooting. I mean, I started at a young age as well. And the more you shoot, the better you get. The more you understand things, just keep doing it. You got a great guy there in Joe. So you got lots of help to help guide you along the way. I love it. Nice.
And this is what we need to be doing more in our communities, encouraging, even folks as young as Gabriel and lifting them up, talking about what they're doing. And I'm sure, Joe, you would love to see him more into photography than some of the other things that are going to entice him later on down the road.
Yep.
And people may say, well, it's an expensive hobby. No, not compared to some of the things that kids get into today. It isn't. And I don't mean good things that they get into. So, man, well, Gabriel, you're welcome to show a photo anytime when we do a live stream. Okay.
Okay.
Will you take some more and share them with us later?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Good thing. Good job.
Very good job.
Thank you.
You are welcome, sir. All right. So, Mr. Gabriel's photo, folks, I think it's fantastic. I'm really happy to see that we have some younger folks than we are in here that are actually taking photos. All right. So, here we go. And then, of course, Papa has to have a photo that he puts in here. Joe, what's the thought process here, man? I got to tell you, I love it. I mean,
It was a culmination of things, and I just picked the right spot for the right person.
Charles Davis says, great work. Absolutely. Charles, good to see you in here, Charles. I hope you're doing well.
It almost
Yeah.
looks like you caught a ghost in the wilderness.
Yeah. It looks like a scene out of a movie, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does. Now, what location? I mean, where exactly was that where you took it?
That's a little boardwalk in Caddo Lake, there on Texas and Louisiana border.
Man, that is fantastic. How far is that away from you, Joe?
Now it's about 4 hours, probably.
Oh,
I used to live about 30 minutes from there.
okay. Man, I can see all kinds of, I can see a night shot there. Real cool with lantern,
Yeah.
I
I could spend a lot of time there.
yeah.
Yeah, I like those types of trees too.
The possibilities are endless. If you just go in to do landscapes, it can get kind of repetitive,
Yep.
So you got to kind of think of something or some way to spice it up a little bit,
Yep.
kind of break the monotony of it. Because I can get bored after about a week, just seeing the same trees over every morning, and usually get those 1 or 2 really magical mornings. So it's just nice to have some opportunity to
Well, let me ask you this.
be
Did you
creative
think
and throw something into the mix.
of the white dress before you got out there?
Mhm.
I was just thinking that.
Or was it just something that happened?
No, I told her I actually bought that on eBay because I knew exactly what I already had it in my mind.
There you
Yeah.
go. Saw it
Yeah.
before you did it.
I mean, you got the pathway the leading line of the pathway going right to her, and then of course, because your eye's always drawn to the brightest object. I mean, it just pops.
So were you just lucky enough to get some kind of haze in the background there? It looks like.
Yeah, pretty much. It was.
Wow.
I timed it right, and I
You
tried it in
timed it.
color, and it just didn't speak to me in color. So I just chose the black and white, and then it kind of that's the mood it was.
Yeah, Gustavo's saying another good one, Joe.
Thanks, Gustavo. I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Yeah,
Jeff and Leslie.
Joe never sends in any bad ones.
No.
You should try to do a bad one once in a while, just to throw us off our game.
Make us feel
Man,
better.
I got so many.
You throw in something that you hate, and everybody be like, "Joe, that's great. That's your best shot." You'd be, "I can't win. I can't do a bad photo."
John Eschi says in Malay they call it Pontaine.
Dang. Okay. Cool. Thanks, John.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, it doesn't do it justice here. Excuse me, on Restream. Seeing it on the big screen behind me.
I'm wanting to get a print of it, just see what it looks like in a print. I think it'd look good, pretty big.
Oh, I agree with you. I think so too.
I want to see it in color.
Yeah, James says might be a gator in there. What do you think, Roy?
Can hope.
Yeah, get hope.
Hank's saying, is that the bayou?
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's the only natural swamp lake in Texas.
Yeah, I love the cypress tree right in the foreground there.
Yeah.
Nick Can says a photo, a touch of Deliverance and Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Be nice on the wall somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it's for sale.
Operators are standing by.
Yeah, everybody's got comments. Here we go. Joe's photo. Here we go.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I like the perspective of the boardwalk that leads into the model. I agree. I like the lighting on the boardwalk. I mean, did you do anything to that, or is it that was just the lighting that was there?
I mean, I added my little touches, but
Oh, that's good because I like the highlighted pathway.
I just kind of play with how I want the feel of it to be.
Yeah. Here, let's be one of these nitpicky photographers.
It's almost like you have like a little lighted path on that dark walkway.
Goes up the tree in the background.
Yeah.
Yep.
She is holding a little LED light panel.
Yeah. That makes a big difference though. The contrast in the boardwalk.
Yes.
If it was all, solid, all dark or all light, it wouldn't have near the feel. So good on you,
It had
Joe.
that little trail, but it was all dead cypress needles and pine needles.
Yeah.
So it was basically maroon on red, kind of color
Okay.
in color. And so when I turned it to black and white, I just dodged and burned until I thought it looked pretty good to my eye, So
Right.
When I saw it, like you saw those movies where you have the ghost walk through and everything just kind of dies out, or the witch, whichever one you want to go with. It's like there were things going on there, and where she was walking, kind of going down that path, is where everything just kind of died off and left that path where she was walking. That's how I had viewed it.
yeah.
And this is when you yell at the picture and you say, "Don't go in there. Don't do it."
Exactly.
I wish I would have had somebody else like hanging on the bottom of the deal, like crawling out. That after I looked at it, I was like, "Yeah, I wish I had somebody else."
That's for the next one.
Yeah, you got to get somebody in a creature from the Black Lagoon outfit underneath there.
Charles says, fantastic work. Really makes black and white a real art piece. It does.
Thank you,
Yep.
Charles.
Great job, Joe. Great job. The expectations are high for you, brother.
Yeah, I know.
We
I can
always,
just hit hard when I fall.
He's,
well,
he's
yeah,
gonna
well, we
stop
always,
coming on the show, Chuck. You know, we keep doing this to him. He's not
I
gonna
know, I know, but we wait to see what Joe comes up with next. It's just the thing, man. Great job, Joe. Great job, man.
We don't want to crack him under the pressure.
All right. Looking at, let's see. Gustavo asked, what time of the day? That's a good question.
That one probably about 6:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Early.
Nice.
Yeah, we was out there in the dark waiting.
So that's the fog rising off of the water, I guess, in the background there. All right.
Right at sunrise. So, yeah, we sat out there for about probably 40 minutes because I wanted to be sure and be there at daylight. So, and she was cooperative. She had fun.
Good, good. Nick says the tree leaning back there brings you back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm. I like how it takes you to her and you kind of just fade off.
Yeah. All roads lead to her. Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice job. Nice job. Again, I'll say the only thing bad about this photo is I didn't take it. But I learn from you guys every month. You guys inspire me again. Nick Can says, yeah, just as you were saying, great large print. Yep. I agree. All right. Black Sabbath album cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding, Moz, man. You're absolutely right. That is an album cover, no doubt about it.
I've cropped it and played with it, different stuff, over the couple of years, but I end up right back here. So
right place, right moment, great photo. Yeah, but you had it all planned, right? You knew the location, you knew the time that you wanted to be there. Was this? So I'm guessing this was sort of pre-scouted.
yeah, I'd been there a couple times before.
Okay.
I'd shot that thing a couple times, like medium format film and stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
man. See, here you go. Here are all the ideas, man. This is the one thing about a photo like this. He says, take that shot again right after a rain. And immediately when looking at the comment, I'm thinking, take it in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
There's just all kinds of things to do. But like I was saying up front, man, if this was close, there are all kinds of things you could do back there in this location.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to light this up, light the swamp up. And have a model like that back there, and man, and carrying a little candle lantern or something. I don't know. All kinds of crazy ideas going through my head.
Oh, I got some plans. So
Good,
yeah.
good, man, good.
You could title that like The Pathway to Nowhere. Something like that.
Nick Can says pathway to alternative place and time. Yeah. Yeah, it just conjures up all kinds. I mean, it continues to inspire you. You look at it, the more you look at it, you love the photo, but the more ideas you think of that, man, I'd like to try this. I'd like to try that. The location is just superb.
Yeah, I get lucky sometimes. That was one.
You don't have luck, Joe.
Yeah.
You plan it out. You make sure it's not too much luck.
Gabriel, tell Papa he's not lucky. He's just good.
Yeah.
Oh, John Raleigh says, my wife and I like the photo. Just notice the woman standing there. Yeah, John, it's just a fantastic photo. I'm going to start putting your photos at the end, Joe.
Yeah, please.
No, because if you do it at the end, we can't embarrass them enough, So
yeah. Feral Man says, good balance of the big tree and the girl on the right and the boardwalk on the left. Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those, and these are the things. And if you ask Joe, well, what intrigued you about this, Joe? He's not going to bring all that stuff up. It's all in his head. He sees it all. But it's the same way with me. If I see something, I'm going to take it. And I can't tell you why, even though there is a why. There is a reason. But man, great job. Great job. Charles says it makes me feel like if I get close to her, she'll disappear into the mist. Yeah. I mean, there's just all kinds of, yeah. And the other great choice to have her back turned to us. Well, what was the reason there, Joe?
It's the ghost thing.
And there's a whole reason behind this image that is really long, but it's kind of her facing the unknown and the unknown facing her.
Okay. Don't let that accent, Joe's accent, fool you, people. He's an art school graduate, so there's more to Joe than just his photo. He's a thinker.
There's a lot of layers to this onion, I always say.
Yeah, and Mozman, there's another long exposure at night, because that slight bit of movement from her trying to stand still, and it gives it that ghostly effect. Yeah, there's just all kinds of ideas, man.
Yeah.
Charles says, yeah, it's going to be hard to top that.
I found somebody that will probably be a willing participant in a couple future shoots there. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it too. If you were that kind of person, I'd say give us some BTS too, some behind the scenes stuff. I think that'd be
Talk about
great.
that, but then I can't think of this.
Yeah, you need somebody. This is where you can't be a one-man show. You really need somebody that's just going to go along and document the behind the scenes stuff, just following you.
Because I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking or doing. I'm just thinking and doing. I don't know how to put it to words a lot of times.
And Roy's asking 24 to 28 millimeter.
That was the Voigtlander 40 millimeter
Okay.
on a Z6.
All right. So I got to the bottom of the comments, and again, Joe, fantastic job. And Gustavo says, agree. The model facing the camera doesn't make sense. I agree with that. I agree. I hadn't even thought about it because I like the photo so much. I didn't even think about why is it she facing the camera? Yeah. Perfect, man. All right, Joe, another stellar photo, man. Thanks for being a part of this. We always enjoy seeing what you're going to come up with next.
Appreciate it.
All right, let me pause for a minute. This is the kind of stuff we do on our photo review. We're not critiquing and tearing photos apart. Of course, if somebody wants to know what we think or what we would do better, like to do, not better, but do, from our perspective, we'll answer those questions. But this is more of an inspiration thing. We do it every month, the first Saturday of every month, and give everybody a chance to share whatever they're working on, or try something different, maybe inspired by a conversation that we've had in one of the streams. So if you'd like to join, those that are out there that haven't participated, we'd love to have you. We're not going to tear your photo apart. We don't care what level photographer you are. I mean, shoot, I share photos, not often, but I share photos. And if I can share photos, anybody can share photos. But if you'd like to be a participant, we'd love to have you. And inspire us. Show us what you're doing. We always wait for Joe Stroud, though. We're going to lift Joe Stroud up to stellar status as far as being a photographer. We're going to get him some work that he doesn't really want, I don't think. But we don't want to take his vision away from him. Somebody trying to place demands on him. I don't think they could anyway. He's going to do what he wants to do. But yeah, if you enjoy this, though, I just ask that if you're in here and drop a like. I'm not even asking for subscriptions. I'm just saying drop a like if you would, because it motivates me to keep this going. And I'll tell you, here since Wednesday, man, I've just been dragging, and it's all I could do to even keep up with the content that others are producing. So, but the likes motivate me, and I appreciate it so much when you guys do that. So there you have it. Robert Daniels, how you doing? Robert's in here now. I am Hassan's in here. Evening. David Stewart says t-shirt time. Yeah, I don't have it handy. I took it in the other room, David, or I'd grab it. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing fine on this Saturday night. I really appreciate that people would take a Saturday night and come in here with us, but our community continues to grow, and we appreciate everybody that joins. So there you have it. All right. That said, let's move on and find us another photo. All right, because we got plenty to go. Let's see. Let me get back to my Sean. This is Sean's photo taken with a Z9 40 millimeter f2, 1/60th of a second, 2000 ISO, and looks like a letterbox.
Yeah, it looks like the yeah.
In Hong Kong?
Overflowing mailboxes or something.
Yeah.
Or is it a Japanese writing? What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's got the double lock, it looks like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess they don't trust people, even the postal people. So, yeah. I like it. I like all the stuff hanging out of it. Otherwise, it would be good the other way too. Cool.
Yeah, I like that because it just gives you that look of kind of a look of chaos. Like, hey, somebody get your mail, for crying out loud. You're not getting your mail out of there.
Well, Sean, thank you for submitting a photo. Appreciate it. Anybody else want to make a comment before we move on?
I like it because you can read a lot into that
Yeah.
image. Why are they so full? That's what I think when I look at it.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
And the lighting, it looks abandoned.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I like it very much. It's good, interesting subject to think of taking a picture of.
All right. Let me move on. Thank you very much, Sean. Are you in here, Sean?
Provide some.
I love it when folks are in here and we can talk to them about it. Calling Sean. I don't think he's in here. All right. Yeah. And again, guys, obviously it looks much better on my screen behind me. Not that it looks bad, but this is Sith. Mr. Sith, I know you're in here, right?
Yeah, he was here. I don't think he took off yet.
It's with his Leica SL2S, 24 megapixel. Leica APO 90 to 280 zoom. Let's see. Shutter 1/1600th, ISO 1600. Edited in Photoshop, converted color to black and white. Okay. Mr. Sith, he has another photo in here as well. I like this, though. I really do. I think the lighting is fantastic on it and the tone's nice. That's my take on it. What do you guys think? Yeah,
and the shadows from the pegs, the pins, that looks nice.
Yeah. And then the knobs there on the outside, they just, the way the light's hitting it just makes them look so smooth, like they're worn,
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that look.
You see the grain in the wood, the notches in the fret, or not frets, but I don't know. What do you call that? String tensioners.
Yeah.
Cool photo, though.
I've tried to take good pictures of my guitars and I haven't. I wish I could have took one like that.
I think the only thing that my only comment would be, I'd like to see how that would look if you shot it vertically.
Okay. Yeah.
That, and I would even, me personally, I would pump it full of grain.
So there's
that looks like a Tri-X 400 pushed to 800 or 1600 type of shot to me.
Yep.
The guitar's vertical, so I think that's all it needs. The head is always like that, an angle, aren't they? Look funny if it wasn't.
Cool. Very nice, Sith. Very nice. That is a classic black and white photo, though. I agree with everybody saying shoot it in portrait mode. because of the, I don't know, it just lends to the,
It could
know,
use
but-
some headroom.
cool though.
Yeah, I love it.
He says, I went for a full 280 millimeter zoom. Wow. Cool.
Why not?
Because I can. Isn't that the way it goes?
If you got it, use it, right?
Yeah.
I'd be more than happy with that shot.
Yep. Excellent, Sith. It is cool. That's a wall hanger there. You know, if you're, I mean, there are a lot of places that works for a wall hanger for a print. Cool. Cal Jackson says he's here listening while he works. All right, Cal. Thank you for letting us know you're in the house. All right, Sith, great photo, man.
Good job.
The only problem with this photo, no, I'm not going to say I didn't take it, is it's so clean, cut and dry. What do you say? You just like it. You love it. You love the shadows and the tone, and that's where you go with it. There's no mystery to it, but that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's just such a nice photo. Oh, here you go. So he ponies up over here. He says the guitar was in my bedroom. There are junk around the bottom, so no vertical. Yeah, but I think even just this portion of the guitar, same composition, just vertically. I think. I don't know.
An honest artist. I love it.
Yep, absolutely. It's cool. Now I'm thinking, see, here we go. That's what this does for me. Now I'm thinking, what kind of junk do I have around the house that I can turn into a great black and white still life? All right. Get back here. Come on back. There we go. All right. Oh, who is this young man? All right. I know I don't have to say anything, Jeffrey. You're going to tell us all about this.
Well, you know, I looked through some black and white photos, that were shot with black and white film, and then I said, well, I'm going to look at some that I took, street photos that I took. This is my friend Bob from Bob R Photos, and we were in downtown Conway, South Carolina. And this was an old, what used to be a movie theater, as far as I know, and now it's like a place where they do plays and art, that type of art form. And I shot it from across the street, and to me, if you didn't see the date on that poster on the glass behind above Bob's head, you might actually think this photo was taken back in the 50s, because this camera that he just reloaded film in is an old Yashica TLR. So
all right, I'm going to distort it just so we can look at the camera too.
You would think it's a 50s photo if you didn't see that, I think it was 2022 date on the signage above his head. But I just, captured the moment and makes you think that you're in an older time period than you really are. And it was a color photo. I converted it to black and white, and I messed with it a little bit.
Should have photoshopped the sign.
I just, I don't know. It just kind of grabbed me, I guess, personally. I just like it.
There's enough contrast in this photo to make it work, though.
Yeah.
There's
But he's
enough.
not over a few inches to his left.
Yep.
Yeah, if you
Well-
Photoshop that date on that poster, you could put this on YouTube as a time traveling experience.
Yeah, that's what my friend told me. He says, just Photoshop out the date and then nobody will know. But I says, well, I'm going to leave it in there to see if anybody notices it,
Good one.
Makes
Jack.
sense.
I love small towns or small cities where, you know, it reminds you of when you were a kid, you know, when you're somebody my age, you know, that someplace that hasn't been overly modernized yet, you know, and I really like getting pictures like that where it kind of draws you in and you think you really are looking back at 1950 or 1960.
Mhm.
But you know,
Well,
that's my spin on it anyway. I mean,
I like
Looks
it,
good.
Jeffrey.
I like it.
Nice and
Absolutely.
square.
Let's see. Jim Eads coming up, a photo. Now he did this for the day, so I'll let you know that right up front. He did this for Memorial Day, but he caught the eagle recently and decided to do it in black and white for the show tonight. I like it, Jim. I do like it. The only thing I would say is because of the not so shallow depth of field behind it, the rocks and things behind it kind of interfere with your eye trying to follow the wings and everything else. But it's a stellar shot. Don't get me wrong.
Love to see in color.
Yeah, this is one of those that in color, no doubt, it works extremely well. But stellar shot, well, probably don't need to go to 400.
Yeah, lovely moment.
There we go. Man, he's got bands on both legs.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, Jim, cool shot. I mean, what a fantastic catch of an eagle. But
No,
yeah,
and,
man.
very nice what you did with it too. To remember those.
I've only
That are
seen those
honest
a couple of
anymore.
times.
Yeah, J Rod says, I love eagle shots. I know you do, James. I know you're definitely an eagle shooter. I know you love shooting eagles.
Beautiful
out there.
bird.
Yeah.
Our eagles are all brown. Most of them, anyway.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So here's Jim. He says, Jim is a real Nikon lover, by the way. He says, thank you, Chuck. It's one of my first ever bird and flight shots. Wow. One of the first ever.
Okay. Nice.
That's pretty nice for one of your first ever.
Nothing
Nice.
to complain about there.
No, not at all. Not at all. Hey, Z Wade photo dropping in just popping in to say hi. Hey, buddy, good to see you. You're welcome to join us if you like. All you got to do is let me know. I think you have an invite anyway. But I'm sure you're busy on a Saturday night. Being the young single man that you are, you're out on the town. Jim says the Nikon Z9 made it possible. All right, great. Yeah, Mike Farwell, I gotta pick his comment up. It has nothing to do with the photo review, but he said, hello, everyone. Skydiving is awesome. Had a blast today. I'm glad you had a good time, Mike. There's no way to describe skydiving. And people have asked me many times what I can't describe to you how it feels. It's the closest man is going to come to flying without some apparatus. All right. Thanks, Jim.
How it is not to do it.
But it's so much fun. It really is. Until you got all the equipment and oxygen and things on, then it's still fun, but not near as fun. All right. And our next photo, which I really like, and this is Anita Stewart. So Anita, fantastic photo. I love it. She shot it with a Z6 II at f11. I don't know which lens, 24-70. So f11. It's the f4 version of the 24-70. ISO 100. 1/60th of a second at 53 millimeter handheld. Well, it's a beautiful photo. I got to tell you that. I love it. Barns. I have a thing for barns. I love
I love barn shots, and then you're lucky enough too where you had some nice clouds in the sky too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a
You know, 'cause that's
No,
one
it's not.
thing, that I miss is clouds in the sky. I mean, today I had clouds in the sky today, and usually, we either get three conditions: solid blue, solid white, solid gray. I mean, when I lived in Connecticut, where Chuck is, you had clouds in the sky almost every day. I mean, it was
Yeah.
great.
But then you got trees in the way, so you really can't get landscapes. You got to go hunt for anything where you can see beyond 50 feet. Is the only other issue. Now,
Yeah.
some people would say that's not a problem. They like all the trees and whatever. All right,
trees
Wayne.
and power lines.
Yeah, trees and power lines, absolutely. Hey, so Anita, I know that you're in. Of course, David just said so as well. What do you have to say about your image, Miss Anita? It's a beautiful image. I will say I agree with Mike. I think it could. I don't know. It's tough, but more contrast. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of contrast because looks like it's pretty much midday, which is fine. But yeah, cool photo though. I love barns, so therefore I like it right off the bat.
Everybody should get out there and get some barn pictures while there's still barns left, because they're disappearing quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice barns equals nice surroundings usually,
Yeah.
which means not a whole lot of people. And yeah, that reminds me of growing up right there, man. Whew. But yeah, I would kind of go heavy on the contrast, me personally, but I still like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I do too.
Got a good airy feeling to it, but
Mm-hmm.
you can make that thing look however you want.
Yeah.
And that is a very interesting sky too. Yeah. Gustavo says barns and old houses too work well. Yeah, I agree in black and white.
Yeah. There's just certain things you take pictures of where you automatically just say that's got to be black and white.
Yeah, VN Lab says it looks infrared, almost like an infrared modified camera. It sort of does. Yeah. I'll give you that. And David said that Anita said it was midday. The barns are falling down rapidly around here. Yeah, and you know what? Hats off to you, Anita, for any barn you see, capture it, because I don't think it's going to be too many more years before kids are going to ask what a barn is.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
She's got a beautiful canvas to make it however she wants it
Yep.
to look.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got all
Yeah,
the elements right there.
here's what's killing the barns is reclaiming the barn wood,
Yeah.
because it sells for big bucks.
Yeah.
No, that's what's happening in Kentucky and Tennessee. That's why all the old barns are almost gone. I mean, all the ones that I knew of last time I was there, almost all the ones that I wanted to take photos of are gone now. So yeah. Yep. That's what they're doing.
Yep.
Tore down Tore down the something and made a parking lot. What's that song? How's that go?
Joni Mitchell song, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can think of the tune in my head. Yeah.
Yeah, John's talking about taking a ride to Kent Falls. I haven't been up there for a while, John. That is something. Maybe we need to get a hold of Daryl and make a ride up to Kent Falls. There's a covered bridge about halfway up between my house and Kent Falls. Small covered bridge, but covered bridge nonetheless. Brooding sky, Nick Can says.
Yeah.
Craig C says plenty of barns in PA. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe that's what I need to do for my coffee table book that I wanted to do for 15 years.
Yeah, you got to hit Pennsylvania, Vermont, and New Hampshire.
Mm.
You'll still find some there.
Sith, Cyril Barnes in Hawaii.
You need to go on the hunt and find the one barn.
Yeah.
Get that picture.
If you said to somebody, any barns here, they'd look at you like, what's a barn?
Space people said his aunt let some guy take all the wood from 100-year-old barn. Oh man. Oh yeah. I mean, if you're going to get rid of a barn, you might as well make the money on it. That's a shame somebody took that opportunity away from her. But you know, a lot of people don't realize how much that wood is worth. They have no idea because it's so aged. And I love that blue that what is it? The oak takes on after, you know, 50 or 60 or 80 years, man. It's just beautiful wood. That's why they're buying. That's why it's so expensive.
Yeah, they like the fact that it's distressed and has, you know, like wormholes in it and stuff like that, you know.
Yep.
And, I mean, it looks great when you make like you're saying, it makes perfect sense when people make kitchen tables out of it and stuff. They look great.
Yep. Cal says black and white helps you see the composition. Yeah.
I see and feel a lot with that picture. Nick says they should do make a wedding set up for a barn. Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Me and my wife got married in a barn in Tennessee. So
no, you know what? That is absolutely right. Without doing anything to it, don't clean up anything. You know, a wedding out there would be fantastic. A wedding shoot, wouldn't it?
mm-hmm.
Oh man, here we go, man. This is the inspiration that we get from everybody's photos. And Pharaoh got it. We tore down Paradise and put up a parking lot.
Yeah.
Or paved Paradise.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing nowadays. That's why, you know what? I am so envious of all you folks over in the UK because you all have kept your architectural history and things like that. We're in America. This is the song for America. We paved Paradise and put up a parking lot. You can't find historical buildings anymore, hardly.
And if half of the people here was over there today, they'd be tearing down castles and stuff because of what the king did.
Yeah.
Man, that's history, you know?
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. If we'd had castles here, we'd have tore them down by now and sold all the blocks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Tear it all down. You'll forget it.
There you go. Anybody that's around, man, I'll tell you that I think it's a moneymaker. It's a calendar. It's a coffee table book. And it's just, it's also an opportunity to document. Maybe a book on disappearing barns is what Nick Can says. I think it's a moneymaker. I just want to do it because they are disappearing so fast and they're so photogenic, man. Oh,
I knew a guy that did that around the country, but with drive-in theaters. And
Yeah.
pictures of these drive-ins just abandoned, all grown up, and
yeah.
Still got a few here.
4x5,
Few drive-ins.
and it's beautiful.
You can't find them anymore where I'm from, down in Kentucky, Roy. They're all gone because it was
Very rare.
It was in the country out on the edge of town where nobody cared for, you know, in the 50s and 60s and 70s. But now, since the towns have spread so much, it's prime real estate. And, you know, the people that put these drive-ins up, you know, of course, it cost money at the time, but I mean, it was for pennies on the dollar today that they bought that land and they just turn around and become instant millionaires because of that prime real estate. It's a shame. It's just going away everywhere. Yeah, Joni Mitchell. There you go, Charles. Everybody's chiming in with it.
Brando, I'll start singing the song pretty soon.
Maybe better not.
Craig C says, I used to have a big 4-story chicken barn built by the Amish many decades ago. Had to be taken down. Man, it was so cool. Yeah, I can imagine. And now, I'll tell you, in Kentucky, we still have a lot of tobacco barns because they're still in use. And it's funny, people going down the highway. I used to live near I-24, and there were always people going down the highway and pulling into the gas station just off the highway and talking about, there's a barn burning down here. Does anybody know about it or care? When you're smoking tobacco, the smoke comes out of the barn out of every crevice. Everybody always thought the barns were on fire, but those barns are still around. I don't know for how much longer, though. Oh, man. Yeah, I love all the comments, folks. Thank you very much for commenting on all the photos. I mean, that again, that's what this is about. Yeah, that's interesting. And I missed the first part of that, but thank you, Craig, for picking it up, talking about Cal Jackson. Agreed. People that were raised in black and white really tend to have the best composition skills. Is that true? I can see that, really. I was raised on black and white TV and black and white photos and everything else. So, I wonder why I don't have great composition skills. Oh, man. So lots of comments. Nick Can, I'm glad to see you in here for a while, man. I'm really happy because this man works 24/7, by the way, in Ireland. And I'm glad to see he's got a few minutes away from work to enjoy something. Good to see you.
They got a few handful of castles in Ireland, that's for sure.
Yeah. So he sends me photos all the time. He's out, with all the bike and road rally stuff going on over there. Fantastic barns in California, Central Valley foothills with oak trees. Cool. Ryan, get out there and take photos, man, if you haven't already. They're just disappearing so fast. Charles says we've become a disposable society. Yeah, we have. And Jeff's in Kentucky, northern Kentucky. Chuck in Kentucky, a lot got torn down because the state and county started taxing based on the assessed value of the barn. No kidding. Square footage equals X amount of tax. Man, it's like being up here in Connecticut. They tax the air you breathe, how much you breathe.
Got to love the tax man, haven't you?
Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, Anita, see what your photo sparked? A whole other conversation. Good on you. Fantastic photo. Thank you very much.
That's what they're
All right,
supposed to do.
so we are on number we're on. I got to get to number 11 at least before I run to the little boys' room. So if I start dancing in my chair, you know why. All right. Coming up, Seraphin. Seraphin's photo. Let me go up here. And there we go. All right. So this photo is with the OM5 with the Olympus 75 millimeter equivalent to 150, 1.8 lens. It was originally edited for color, but tweaked it and made it black and white. Seraphin, there you go. Well, it's definitely crisp, no doubt about that. And you got a great sky. I'm guessing, and I know he's in here, I'm guessing this was at some sort of a concert or something.
You notice that the little white of the undershirt or whatever, kind of like breaks things up a little bit too.
Yep.
Up here, I like that too, and the white in the sneakers.
It's got a little grain to it. I like it. That's what you were talking about earlier on another photo, Joe.
Yeah, I would even go heavier, man. And I'd crush the contrast. I mean, it's got some really good lighting on him.
Yep.
Yeah.
A look of Roy in his youth.
Roy rocking it out in his youth. Nick says that's a sweet shot with him busting the move.
I had hair when I was young.
I like how he's got eye contact too. You don't get that all the time when you're shooting them live or performing.
Yep. I got to grab this comment real quick. We'll pass this on to everybody. Maybe we as a group should go out and take photos of your city, town, state, iconic house, barns, and structures before they're all become a parking lot or parking lots for Walmart. I agree with
Rewind.
you. I look back now, every now and then somebody's posting photos that they took in the 60s in my hometown back in Kentucky. And I think to myself, man, if I had, had the presence of mind back then, hang on, had the presence of mind back then, and I was old enough to go out and do it, I would have been taking photos of so many places in my hometown, because now they're all gone and very few photos remain or that have surfaced anyway. So I agree with you, Sith. Again, that's one of the reasons I wanted to do the barn coffee table book. All right.
Yeah, I wish I
So many
could have. Sorry.
I've taken so many great pictures that I never clicked the button.
Yep.
I've seen so many
Yep.
beautiful things that I never clicked the button.
Yep. I hear you.
I just feel bad. I think I'm sitting here thinking, man, I wish I had gotten the pictures of Main Street where I grew up, versus what it looks like now, because it's like not even close to, what it was when I was a kid. I wish I had gotten pictures of it back then.
Yep. I hear you. All right, Seraphin, I don't know. I thought you were in here. I don't guess he is. But cool photo, man. Cool photo. Who do we have coming up next? Next up is Gustavo. All right, Gustavo. I know you're standing by, ready to tell us all about your photo. Hang on a second. All right, Gustavo. Cal, yes, you can send your photo. I'll pull those up at the end once we've gone through all the photos. I know that Ryan Luna sent a photo. I think he may have sent it by now. Let me check real quick. Yep, he did. I will pull all these up at the end once we've gone through all the photos that I have originally, and make sure that you get a shot up as well. Absolutely. James has got to go. James, sorry to see you go, man. But thanks for being in here while you could. Yeah, I know they're gonna like your photo tonight. I've had the privilege of seeing it. Ha. And yes, I'm sure everybody will like it. But thanks a lot, James.
Take care. Take care, James.
All right.
Man, I love that picture.
All right. So Gustavo. I know Gustavo's in here. He might have walked away for a minute. And let me read you what he gave me. Okay. Let me read you what he gave me. Z9 with the 800 PF at 6.3, ISO 2000, 1/800th of a second. And I don't know, OEV. What's OEV? Help me out, folks. OEV.
Oh, zero
exposure value.
Oh,
Yeah.
zero EV.
Oh, zero. Okay.
Zero EV. Yeah. No.
Okay. All right.
No exposure comp.
And it is plenty big enough, let me tell you. So we can definitely zoom.
Oh, that's nice.
It is.
That looks like that.
Yeah, he's got that kill in his yard there that's gathering a lot of attention, and he's taking great advantage of it.
Man, look at the detail.
Beautiful.
Man, fantastic. That 800 PF is no slouch, is it?
No.
Tripod or no tripod?
He didn't say. Yeah, he must. Oh, yeah. There you go, Gustavo. All right, give us the laydown on this. Tripod, handheld,
Hanging off a wall?
Yeah. Tripod, he says.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very wise. Nice
I
and
love
sharp.
yeah.
Very cool, Gustavo. Gustavo, you're not a big black and white shooter, are you? So,
I'm sure this was a converted color shot,
so,
if I had to guess.
so I really appreciate those that aren't really black and white shooters of any kind, whether shooting in black and white or converting to black and white. Everybody giving it a go. I hope everybody's getting something out of it. I know I am. Again, just some of the compositions and things like that really inspire me to get out and do some of these things or seeing some of these photos.
Very low tripod.
Okay. Man, cool photo, Gustavo.
Well done. Well
As
done.
always, well done.
Yep, very well done. Great composition. And Mike Farwell says, really nice composition. I'd say perfect. Yep. Long Rider.
I really
Wow.
like the length of that. The length of the tail on that bird is crazy, isn't it?
I think it's a magpie, isn't it, Gustavo?
Yeah, Gustavo, you told me in your email. I don't think I put that in or did I? Let me see. Yes, I think maybe I did. No, I did not. I am sorry, Gustavo. I didn't put the name of the bird. White bellied or black. I don't know. I can't remember. So 2 questions. How far away? And I've been waiting for this photo, he said. Hey, I want to super chat. Howdy, y'all, from Long Rider. Thank you so much, Long Rider. Appreciate it, Jeff. And Jeff, you sent me a couple of emails. I want to acknowledge that. I haven't responded to them. I haven't had a chance to go in and look, but I know that you sent me one comparing the Leica, and I don't know which model. I can't remember. But anyway, I'll get to it, brother. I'll get to it. I've just got, I'd like to say I'm too busy. You know what I'm too busy with is stepping away from the computer a bit and spending some time with mama and doing some things that I need to get done. And just taking a breather. But thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that. Oh, man. Let's see. Long-tailed pigeon. Craig C. just sent a photo. If it's not too late, it's never too late. I'll do my best to get to it, Craig. No problem. We'll see how it goes, but I think we'll get to it.
Love magpies.
So
Yeah.
Gustavo says, I visualized this for weeks, waiting for that bird to land on those antlers. Yeah.
I have too, Gustavo. I've always wanted to get a shot like that, and I've seen it in my mind, but I've never seen it in real life. So, well done, man. I like it.
Okay. So just for clarification, Long Rider says, I compared the Leica Q2 monochrome to Sony A7C shot in black and white just to see if it was a difference. Well, man, now you've inspired me to go. I knew that's what it was, but now that you say it, yeah. And after all the black and white conversation that we've had recently, I got to go check it out, because that was one of the things we talked about. Is a black and white sensor better at black and white than converting to black and white? Okay. And Rakesh says, amazing shot, Gustavo. I agree. All right, Gustavo. Thank you very much, man.
Thumbs up, buddy.
Let's see. Oh, this is an interesting photo. And so this is David Stewart's photo. He took this with his D750. Now you got to hear the rest of this.
Infrared.
It's an f4 16 millimeter ISO 200, 1/400th of a second. I think that I use the R72 filter. This camera has been modified for full spectrum and can no longer be used for low light, as Nikon has an IR light that shines on the sensor to determine if the shutter is open. So there you go. Full spectrum, modified for full spectrum. Hence,
I do like infrared.
yep. Hence what you see before you. So Yeah, David. Email address, Cal. Hang on a second. Let me throw it up here real quick. I'll throw the email address to email all to. Guess I should look, make sure there's anybody waiting in the waiting room there. Oh. All right, David, you have the floor. I know you're in here.
He's
I
hiding.
always wanted to shoot infrared, but never have.
I like
David,
the
David,
film
David
infrared.
David is jack of all trades here. I'll tell you, he messes around with a lot of cameras and tries a lot of different things. I give him credit.
Yep.
He's not scared to do something different.
David's
So-
here.
All right. Questions for David. He is here. You can ask him. All right. Graduation of black and white tones from dedicated black and white sensor cannot be matched by color sensor converted to black and white. Okay. That was the big conversation that we were having the other day. So interesting.
You can get close.
And David's saying IR is a lot of fun.
It is. I like the film IR because you get false colors.
Oh, yeah?
Looks totally different.
Yeah, I
So
like
my-
seeing the pink trees, and
Yeah.
it can be crazy stuff.
Mike Farwell saying I was thinking of converting my D810 to 720 nanometer. So I guess that's just another version
got-
of
They got
IR.
several different conversions, and I
Yeah.
don't know what they all do, to be honest with you, but I wouldn't know. I'd have to
Yeah.
do a lot of reading to figure
There's
it
more
out.
to IR than false colors, though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool photo though. Just the uniqueness of it being, taken with your D750 full spectrum. So are there,
What time was that taken? I'd be interested to. know.
yeah.
I thought it was snow on the ground.
Well, I thought it was snow at first too, but
When
Yeah,
I
take
started
a
looking at
rough
it, infrared, I'm like, no, what's supposed to change? Because it looks like snow on that fur there.
Yeah.
he says noontime. Okay,
Hmm.
high noon.
It's different because all living things show up lighter color and everything dead is black.
Huh. Cool. Cool photo, David. Thanks for sharing with us, man. All right, I got one more and then I'm going to the little boys' room, folks. Any more comments for David or questions for David?
No,
All
we,
right.
we expect more now that you have that new toy to fool around with.
All right, our next photo. Get back here.
And I got to stand up for a second because I'm getting a leg cramp. Overly tired.
That looks familiar. Yeah, what am I doing?
I like this. This is cool. You almost have the Rembrandt lighting going on Joey here. Oh man. Cool
I
photo.
can't remember what I
though.
used to take it.
Huh?
Too long ago.
Yeah. Long lens.
Probably, yeah. Probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be standing in front of him taking his photo, a couple of feet
Oh, the
away.
Big males are very aggressive at breeding time.
Mike said, "One-eyed wallaby."
I love it. He looks like. I wish he would have had a twig hanging out of his mouth or something. Man, he could have been like, man, it was a rough night.
He
I
does.
can't come and find anything in black and white. I don't shoot black and white enough.
I think you got to put a cigarette in the mouth. That would be cool.
That's where AI is going to come in.
Yeah.
Kangaroo smoking a cigarette. Oh,
I have very few black and white shots.
Uh,
That's great.
oh, Sid's got to step out for a minute to to repair a toilet lever. Photographer attempting to be a handy. Well, I can
Yeah, there's a
understand why you
combo.
got to fix that, though. All right, Sid.
Mm.
Oh man. All right. Cool, Roy. This is too cool, man.
Mm. I like
This
animal.
is-
I had another one of a wallaby, but it had a really stupid expression. I was tempted to send that instead.
That's a good one. Oh, I like that.
Mm.
That expression says it all, and him and with that black eye. I mean, it's just
It's
that
like,
can be a meme for. I mean, that can be a meme for all kinds of stuff.
Hang on, Cal. I'll put it up here while I run to the little boys' room. Here is the email address to send photos to. I'll leave it on the screen, and I will be right back, gentlemen. You guys go over, talk about what we've seen so far, or whatever you want to talk about for a few minutes. I shall be right back.
oh man.
Man, if Chuck had that Jeopardy theme song, it would go perfect with that picture.
I'm just too tired. I can't get the cigarette out of my head here, you know. And you could then do a Lucky Strike use it for a Lucky Strike ad, you know.
It was done on film. Slides, I think.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh boy. Yeah, I like that. It looks like it got punched in the eye on one side.
I just love how expressive animals can be without being
Yeah.
just. They're magical, man. They're magical beings.
I tell you, all the pictures tonight, you know, were so interesting so far, you know.
You got some good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I this is like my favorite show of the month is really when we all share our stuff, you know.
Mine too.
Yeah.
It's you could just I don't know. I could just like look at these every day. If somebody wanted to send pictures every day and just do it, you know, it's just
Man,
Show
I
some stuff.
love looking at pictures.
Yeah.
I love it. And all kinds of pictures. I love looking at all kinds of photography. I can draw inspiration from all kinds of photography.
That's how you learn.
That's what's so great about it. You know, I can't get the feeling from video that I can by looking at still images.
Mm.
well, I think if you can, when you capture the moment with a photo, that's so much harder to do, you know, than with a video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's just that split second. You know, you're trying to get have something resonate with people that took you that split second to take.
To capture.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to evoke that emotion, you know, and you can do that with video easily.
Yeah.
But with a still image, man, it takes a little bit of luck, you know. But if you're after something, you can get it.
Hey, I take as much luck as I can get.
I do too. I get done with something, and sometimes I'm like, whew, man, I was lucky on this one.
Like some people say, well, how did you get that shot? And I'll say, well, number one, I showed up to try to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
First thing is you got to show up. If you don't show up, you don't get
time.
anything.
Spend the time, patience.
You know.
And you know, like I think somebody was saying earlier with the bird and the shutter speed or the ISO or something, man, who cares? Just get the shot.
Yeah.
If you didn't get the shot, you can't talk about it. You know.
No, I mean people get hung up on whether it's the diffraction and high ISOs and all this stuff, and there's many a famous photographer that says, I don't care what I got to do, I'm going to get the shot.
Yeah.
You know, that's the most important thing. Not oh my, I'm at ISO 15,000.
They only got to see it this big, you know.
Yeah.
So I met a kid the other day, well, a couple months back when we were here in Malaysia, and hung out with him a couple days ago. and he had a couple of film cameras with him. And this old Rolly, he had like one roll of film that he was trying to finish up out in the street. We're walking around doing some street photography. I said, it's cool. Like, you have some young people out there who are actually interested in the old stuff. He's seeking out old things to buy and to shoot with.
No, it's fun. I mean, I don't do it as often as I'd like to, but I do enjoy getting out the old stuff once in a while, and
Yeah.
slows you. I like being forced to slow down.
Yes. Yeah. Give me a sec.
John Riley saying, "What will be the next theme? Travel? We'll have to ask Chuck if he's gonna, now that he's back, if you're gonna try to present a theme for the photos every month."
Yeah, we might do that.
Or at least once in a while, maybe.
Mhm. All right. Let me scroll down here and see what I missed in the chat. Travel is a tough one because not everybody does a lot of travel. So
Yeah.
me being one of them.
To do mine, so mine's all travel.
All right.
I would love to be able to go somewhere and take pictures just to show the place. But I go and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, what can I do? What can I create here?
Yeah.
And it takes just walking around snapping pictures, something that I don't do. And I wish I did. I wish I could. I can't get out of that. Okay, I've got to make an image.
All right, so this is a unique photo, and I'm sure you recognize it. I don't know if Robert's in here or not, but this is your friend Robert, Jeffrey. This is with his 1958 Yashica D120 film format camera. I developed my own film using Cinestill DF96 chemicals. Then I scan the negatives with my Nikon D500 and send them into Lightroom and use an extension, Negative Lab Pro, to convert them into a positive. That's cool. So he's everything. He's from start to finish.
Yeah. He does a great job, and we have a working arrangement. When I shoot my 120 roll film, I have him develop it for me, and I buy him breakfast. That's the deal.
I wish I knew someone like that.
I let him, get all the hazardous chemicals in him, and I stay clean, and I just buy him a breakfast. So I think that's a pretty good deal.
Well, Robert, if you're in here, thank you very much for submitting the photo, and thank you for the unique photo, being it's start to finish. You've done it all yourself in film. That's fantastic. And it's a great shot. It looks like, well, here we go, black and white. If we don't zoom in, which we're going to do, if all the women, well, there's one in sort of a long bathing suit. You can barely see her there, but it would look like a beach in the 1920s or something.
Yeah, and this is all, this is not a converted color shot to black and white, because I know Bob shoots predominantly black and white film. So,
Bob, it's a cool photo, and I'm sure you've got a lot of cool photos, though, considering the camera you're using and developing your own black and white film.
yeah, those are all the umbrellas that they rent out on the beaches, and they got I don't know. It's funny down here, because people pay to have the use of these umbrellas. If you go to the beach with your own umbrella, it cannot be in front of these umbrellas, because you don't want to be blocking their view, since they paid for the use of those umbrellas. So you have to be on the same line as them.
Wow.
That's the rules of the beach. You know,
Cal
yeah,
says,
you can't stop people from throwing a blanket in front of you and laying down, but you can't have an umbrella in front of those.
Can you park your car in front of them though, or is that illegal too?
What's that?
Can you park your car in front of them?
No, no cars.
yeah, the only drive on beach we have now left is Daytona, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Wonder how long that'll last.
I mean, remember, I think, well, a long time ago, Chuck, I think the dune buggies used to be big at Cape Cod, I think, at one time.
I went to spring break in Daytona in 78, I think. And while we were down there, I don't know how many cars got caught in the high tide. Idiots, just idiots. Park their
And they
car.
sink into the sand after a while too.
Yeah.
You
Bob
could put
does
a
a
model
lot
in that
of,
photograph and you wouldn't be able to tell what year it was taken in.
Yeah.
Just because, to give Bob a plug anyway, he has a YouTube channel as well, Bob R Photos, and he still shoots, and he collects and shoots 8mm and 16mm movie cameras.
Cool.
So he still goes out and he buys the film, and that he can't develop himself. It's just very cost intensive, and it's
Right.
a film hanging down in your house. So that he sends out, but he's very into old movie cameras, and he has quite a few of them, and he keeps experimenting with that. So you can go to his channel and you can get memories of what movies looked like back in the 40s and 50s.
You're gonna have to send me the link to his YouTube channel so I can put it up.
Yeah, if he's still on here, Bob, why don't you, if you're still here, why don't you put your link in the chat?
Is he on? I was gonna say, is he on Instagram? But I doubt it. I just wondered because.
Yeah, he is on. I believe he is on Instagram. Okay. I know he doesn't do Facebook, but he is on Instagram.
I gotta check that out too, because I'm sure he's got some photos that would be fantastic. I'd love to see them. Cal Jackson makes a point here. He says we learn so much looking at others' work. It's stimulating. It really is, Cal. I agree with that. It's inspiring. It inspires me to try different things too. To want to go try some of the stuff that I see everybody doing. If I didn't have all your photos to take to the swap meet, though, I'd probably shoot more. Just kidding, of course. Just kidding.
He threw his link up, folks, for those of you that want to make note of it. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bob.
I mean, my brain is just always going 100 miles an hour. I says, wouldn't it be cool someday is if years down the road, you get a collection of what everybody has shared, and you put it together. You put it together as like a book or something. That would be kind of cool.
Yep. YouTube.com/ I'll never remember this. Trying to do it all by myself here.
YouTube.com/ Bob R Photos, Photos. Oh, we lost Chuck. Oh, there he is.
All right. Sorry. I don't know what I hit, but we lost everybody.
Another missed chance to take over.
Yeah. we could wreck Chuck's algorithm real fast, right, guys?
Done before.
Man.
Yeah. That one time Chuck's internet crashed, and then he leaves Roy and I trying to keep it going. That was a disaster.
Man, you guys can't hear me, can you?
No, we
No.
hear you.
Okay. Man,
I hear you.
I don't know what happened. I have
Joe's
no
audio's
idea.
gone.
The chat started over again. I don't know what happened. Daggone it.
Yeah,
All right.
Gustavo says you are back.
All right. So now let me open up again. Stephen, where are you? I need Stephen. All right. I hope everybody else is back in the chat and everything else.
That's a zoomed in version, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Yep.
Good catch, Roy. Good catch. All right. I'll make sure everybody gets back in here. I don't know what happened. No idea. Oh, what a pain.
Nearly square. I don't miss it. Square pictures. I shot that way for too many years.
Mm.
Tip to be square nowadays.
Yeah, me and Bob sometimes are a bunch of square characters. Anyway,
Yeah, I've always been a square peg trying to fit in a round hole.
All right. Jeff Slutter.
Slightly coloured.
He sent this before he knew it was black and white. So
Nearly black
again,
and white.
like I said, he sent me a black and white photo, but I'd already put so many photos into the folder that I wasn't, or a few photos, and I wasn't going to go back and rearrange everything.
Close enough to grayscale.
That's a selective black and white photo.
My
That'd
favorite.
be a nice
way.
black and white photo, though.
Selective color, yeah.
However, I think this would have made a cool black and white photo. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I like it the way it is.
Yeah, I do too. Don't get me wrong, but
It's
I like
interesting with the little dark like splotches on the shell too.
Mm-hmm.
all right, Jeff. Did he say he was taking off? I thought I saw something earlier. I don't know if he's still in here. All right, so moving on to David Brandsma.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, we've seen this one before.
Yeah, he this is what this Nikon D4S 300 PF 1/1000th of a second f5 at ISO 800. So he took the color image and converted it to black and white, which I absolutely love in black and white.
I liked it before and I like it now.
Yep. I love this. I would have killed all this, the tree leaves and things. Actually, I might have done a wildlife art photo and just killed everything except for the bird.
Yeah, me too. Focus on the bird, not the wall.
Yep. All black framing around it. Man, still, it's a cool photo. I love it. The black and white, the contrast here is fantastic. Love the photo.
Me too.
Why can't I catch birds like this?
I don't stop long enough.
Your arms aren't long enough to catch them, Chuck.
I guess. I guess. Beautiful photo, David, by the way. All right. Now we get a black and white photo from Jeff. It's coming up here, guys. Hang on a second. Guys and gals.
Where's the data?
Here's Jeff's black and white photo. He didn't give me a lot of information, so I can't give you any
Cypress trees.
Yep.
It's got that infrared feel too.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Make a good pano if you had more of the sides.
Cool photo. Now, if you just had a bunch of Army Rangers wading through that, then you'd have a poster.
Or one of his gaiters in the foreground.
Yep. I think he was in Illinois when he took this photo.
Yep. Yep. This is Gustavo. This is Jeff and Leslie. Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been in
Well,
touch.
he got some, his last video, he got some interesting looking snakes, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
He had this, I can't get over the size of this green snake that he took a picture of. It seemed, or a video of. It seemed like it went on forever.
All right. So Seraphin sent me another photo, said replace one photo. I think that's what he said. Again, I wasn't going back and replacing anything. So
Rick Springfield.
yep, Rick Springfield in concert at 73 years old. The man is one heck of an entertainer, is what he sent me.
Yeah. I saw him in concert back in the 80s.
All right, Wayne's taking off. Wayne, thanks for jumping in here with us.
See you, Wayne.
No problem, guys. I'm supposed to go shoot some airplanes today, so I need to get set up and change and whatnot so I can get out of the house and go do
All
that.
right, man. Rest of us are going to bed, and you're going out to shoot airplanes.
Yep, trying to try out these two things again.
All right, man. Have fun.
Thanks.
Take
I'll see
care.
you guys. All right.
Have a good one.
You two guys.
I got to tell you, Rick Springfield looks fantastic for 73.
He does.
Greg C. Big fan. Back in the day, talented dude, always good hair.
Is it his though?
Yeah. Mhm. All right. Oh man. Let's see. We got Rakesh coming up. This is Rakesh.
I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
What do you want to guess this was shot with?
A camera.
An iPhone.
iPhone.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Was it?
Shot with his iPhone XS Max.
Good job.
I know. I mean, you can see some you can see in the skyline some banding and whatnot. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not terrible, but
Can't be helped with the phone though.
still cool photo with an iPhone, no doubt about it.
Mm. So the
Yep.
image that matters, not what you use it to get it.
Yep.
It is a great photo, Rakesh. Great composition. Looks cool. The light is fantastic with the, I guess there's some weather going through, sun breaking through the clouds, giving you that God ray on the side of the boat while the background's real dark. Cool. Great job, buddy. Don't break our hearts with these iPhone photos. We don't want to see good iPhone photos.
Yeah. Yeah, no more of them. You're allowed one a year.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Rakesh. That's what they say, you know. What's the best camera you can have? The one you're holding in your hand or whatever. Yep.
Yep.
Real photographers always have a camera handy.
David Stewart says he has a dentist friend that uses his iPhone 90% of the time and produces great work. Yeah. It's scary to say that, but yeah.
An IR version of this will look very interesting.
Yeah, and Gustavo said it has that bit of an IR feeling to it. Yeah.
Not so much.
Well,
All the grass will be white.
It'll be,
and
it'll be a
Oh,
lot
it'll be dark.
brighter with the grass if it was the IR. Yeah.
you can have mixed IR with normal images there. Be interesting too.
hey, anybody that would like to join the panel, just let me know. Send me an email, and let me check to make sure nobody's done that already. And we'll bring you in here, jump into the mix of the panel. All right, back to the stream here. Hopefully no more glitches. I don't hit a wrong key. I don't know what I hit, but I thought we were about done for there. And shame I didn't get to this soon enough. Wayne's photo coming up next. I'll just let you know what he shot it with. Nikon Z8 and a Sony 24-105 at 24 millimeter f8 1/800th of a second. So Z8 with the Sony lens. And coming up, and I got to tell you, I like this photo. Oh, he's listening in on the mobile. Okay, Wayne, I like your photo, man.
I like it.
Didn't want to get out the car to take the photo, did he?
Nope. And those raindrops are as crisp as they can be. All of them become little prisms that you can actually see the building in. I think it's a cool photo, Wayne.
Yeah, that's
It
neat.
is.
I like that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing with that stuff too for a long time. Hadn't really got nothing good, but I like the way you got it here. The sharp raindrops.
Yep.
Yeah. It's got that feeling like I really don't want to get out of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
John.
often.
It's the Z8.
He didn't want to get his new camera wet. That's what it was.
Oh, Rakesh is talking about his photo, saying it was a scouting shot. He's taking the photo with his D850 also, but this was a scouting shot. Okay.
Don't say that around government buildings, whatever you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the lens is okay,
Yes.
Wayne. Looks great.
Was it
Coming from the
deliberately
bird.
focused on the rain, or is it just a happy accident?
I don't know. I got to believe that he did focus on the raindrops, but you tell us, Wayne, did you deliberately focus on the raindrops, or you just took the photo and it caught the raindrops and you snapped it?
Happy accident.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll catch up with us here in a second.
Yeah.
He says it started raining and we were driving. The drops looks great. Oh, so you saw the raindrops and decided to focus on them. Cool. Well, it made for a cool photo.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. That's neat.
All right.
Pity the car's so bright because it distracts a little. Apart from that, it's very good.
Yeah, again, this is another one of those photos. Restream doesn't do it any justice, but up here on the monitor, it's really cool because your eyes are drawn immediately to the raindrops. It's almost like you want to search the raindrops to see what they're showing. Cool. All right. We have seen this photo before, but this is Nick's photo. Shot it at 90 millimeter f20. Don't forget to mention for diffusion fearmongers that physics says all photos suffer from diffusion, and the bottom line is the client doesn't care. So true. And this usually my argument, Nick, is he says he actually took it in black and white also. Okay. I agree. We don't shoot for photographers. Shoot for your clients. If you're shooting for clients, don't worry about what photographers are going to say. If your clients are happy, that's it. You check that block. You know,
That's
you're
where
a
the money
success.
is.
Yep.
They're happy. You got a paycheck. You did your job, buddy.
Because nobody pixel peeping on YouTube is going to pay you anything for the photo that you took. So, yeah. Orchids in black and white. That's another one of those photos that hotels buy, you know? Oh, my cat's here. He's going to drive me crazy. All right. Here you go. And anybody want to guess? Hang on a second. Oh, quit. He's going to drive me crazy. Now he's going to want to get up here. I got to let him out again here in a minute. Yeah. Come on. Get up here for a minute. Come on. Let's go. You're holding up the show. Oh. All right. So this is another Rakesh photo. Anybody want to venture to guess what he used?
iPhone out of an airplane.
Exactly. All right, Rakesh shot with his iPhone XS Max as he was flying from let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, iPhone 14 Pro Max 3 with a 3-time telecamera lens, I guess, while going to Chicago from Des Moines, Iowa. Man, phones are getting better.
Did you zoom in on it or?
Yeah,
You are zoomed in now, I think.
yep, we are. So,
I mean, it just gives you that look of a. I'm trying to think of the right word here.
Looks like the floor of my studio.
Yeah, look like, is that a fancy floor tile or something in a house? You know.
I mean, it's breaking down as you zoom in, no doubt about that. But considering the sensor, but it's actually kind of an artsy looking photo though from above in black and white.
I love looking down from a plane and just seeing the patterns.
I like the slight vignette as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, David, tell Nita I'm sorry. Says my cat's bothering Anita's cat. He's bothering me too. I'm putting him back outside just a minute. Otherwise, he'll stay up here on the desk and drive me crazy and get hair everywhere, won't you? Oh, pain in the butt. All right. Thanks, Rakesh. Cool photo, man. Another.
It's more of that's a very artistic photo. Like Gustavo says, you're looking for patterns, and it's really neat.
So that's the cool thing. He's got that eye for a photo, a composition. All right, and now we're into the color photos. These are folks that didn't get a chance to send the black and white in, but I think we're going to get some more black and white photos here in a minute. This is Rich, Nikon Z9 800PF 1/640th of a second, ISO 1250 at f6.3. Shot in the shade with exposure bias 1.33 EV. All right.
The night heron, isn't it, Jeff?
Yeah, green hair.
Green heron, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually would have. I don't know. I'm funny. I tend to like my shots a little underexposed.
Brings out the color more.
Yeah, it brings the color out more. Yeah, I would have maybe done it a third of a stop or so less than that. But
Man, that 800 is just sharp though.
Yeah,
That's fantastic. Yeah, I agree. It's saturated a little more. It definitely would drop in the exposure just a little bit, but nice photo though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's ready to pounce. He sees something. He's getting ready to jump in the water.
He's ready to go after the photographer, maybe.
Yeah. I've got a lot of green herons out behind the house, and they're constantly. Recently they have been. I don't know if it was breeding or they're fighting over space back there, but they're constantly chasing each other around. What do you want now? Come on. I'm going to let you out again.
You gotta watch out, Chuck. That tail's like the size of a baseball bat.
No.
Knock you out.
Yeah. He wants to go back out. That's why he knows if he gets in here and aggravates me, I'll put him back outside. Then I got to chase him down before I go to bed. All right. Hang on, buddy. Hang on just a minute. Give me just a minute. All right. Hey, Nick, or I'm sorry. Oh shoot, Rich. Great photo, man. Great photo.
Yeah.
That 800 is fantastic. All you people with the 800 make me want that lens, and I don't need it. I wouldn't shoot it enough. I got to convince myself that it wouldn't be worth me buying it. But some fantastic photos. All right. Next photo up is from somebody that has dropped some photos on us each month. And I think fantastic photos. This is Dana Garrett. Again, Nikon D850, 50 millimeter, 1.8 G. 1/500th of a second, f8 ISO 100.
Yeah, that structure's seen better days, that's for sure.
Yep.
It's
again,
where a realtor would say, "Oh, it's move-in ready."
They've let the maintenance go, haven't they?
Yeah.
So this is another one of those photos that a lot of photographers will beat up. I like the processing on it, though. I like it. I like the edit on it.
Drop it to black and white and see what it looks like.
Yeah. You know what? Hang on a second.
It's just another reason just carry a camera with you.
Yeah.
Photograph these old things.
All right. Hang on just a second.
Sometimes my friend and I, we just hop in a car and we drive. We see something on the side of the road. We drive and we go, "Oh, that looks like that would be a cool photo," and we just pull over and take a picture of it.
Mm-hmm. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of them aren't. A lot of them, they're not really great pictures, but I took them. That place will live on.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Cat. You're going to drive me nuts. No, don't step on the keys. I have another malfunction. Or nothing. All right. Yeah, I know. Crazy Cat. I just want to do something here real quick. I want to try this. I just want to see for myself. I can't do it. I can't show it at the same time. Daggone it. I just converted it to black and white. I got to tell you, I wish I could show you, but I'm not going to mess his photo
Worth a try.
up. But man, it looks so awesome in black and white. And that's just a quick convert to black and white, do a little contrast adjustment and black level adjustment.
Looks like one of those images that would look better in black and white.
So I'm not going to mess his photo up, but yeah, man, cool photo though. Again, I love the photo. You can imagine it's got an antebellum look, even though it isn't an antebellum style house, but when you convert it to black and white, it just looks so cool. All right. Get the tail off of my computer. Jiminy. What a put the cat footage up as a short.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Dana, thanks for the photo. It's fantastic. And I wish you'd resubmit it in black and white. I'd love for everybody to get to see it because it is really cool in black and white. All right. Another color photo. And as soon as I get through, I got a few more of these and then I'll download the others. But first, before I download anything, I am going to take this cat outside. He's going to drive me crazy. This is Gary Stevens. It's with a 5D Mark II with a 24-70 lens. Okay, Gary, I like it. Again, great composition. I love the setting sun, man. It's another one of those. I like your edit on it too. But again, there are other people that won't like it because it's colorful. I like it. I do too.
I like color better than most black and white.
I love this. This isn't a black and white photo, by the way. I'm sure you could do something to try to make something out of it, but it just wouldn't work as well. The color is beautiful in it. So, Gary, thank you so much for sending in a photo. I appreciate that. And I got to get the word out. So maybe Wednesday we'll talk about what we're going to use as a theme for the July. Oh, man. What's the first Saturday in July? And I got to look.
We'll tell you in a second.
You know where I'm going with this, right?
It's,
4th of July.
Yeah.
yeah, 4th of July is on a Tuesday, so it's
Nothing special that day then?
July 1st is the first Saturday. Is July 1st.
Oh, well. We can't do a 4th of July, so all right. All right, no problem.
Worth a try.
Yeah, that's a very special day, Roy. We rebelled.
Everybody take pictures of tea bags or something.
Oh, man.
Australia was settled peacefully, sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
I like that, Roy, sort of.
Yeah, there's nobody there that ever committed a crime, I hear.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Wayne says we could do it for August. Yeah, it just doesn't include everybody because everybody doesn't celebrate the 4th, so I really shouldn't do it. This is James J-Rod Photography. This is with his Z9 in crop mode, so it's 1200 millimeter. He's
Nice
using
picture.
He's using the 800 millimeter PF lens in DX mode at 1/500th of a second ISO 180. And I'm sure this, man, it's a stunning eagle photo. I mean, fantastic. It's a shame he didn't turn his head just a little bit more towards the camera and light that side of his head up better, but fantastic photo.
I always love the look in the eagle's eye.
Yeah.
They just always look so intense, you know?
Yep. They do.
They just look like that. A bird that's just really that has like I'm a proud bird, type of thing.
All right. David saying, Nick says July 4th is his birthday. Well, happy early birthday, Nick. July 1st is Canada Day. All right. And Luke says, beautiful shot of a spectacular, well, where'd it go? Beautiful shot of a spectacular eagle. Yeah. James is always looking for the eagle shots. I mean, he's out not all the time looking, but he gets some fantastic eagle shots.
I like most of the framing as well.
Yep.
The branch above and the one it's sitting on. Frame it nicely.
that little branch going over his head.
I wasn't going to mention that.
I like it.
I don't, but you got to
It
get what
gives
you get.
It gives us a window to look through. It's kind of cool. Oh. All right, folks, I have run through all the photos that were initially sent. I have other photos here to download. And I don't want to drag this out. Well, we're only at 11:15. We're not going to be on much longer. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 more photos here. So let me get this cat out, and because I can't handle him laying here on the daggone bench or the table. All right. See his beady head here? And he'll do nothing but aggravate me sitting here. All right. So let me run the cat out. I can get my coffee out of the microwave also. I will be right back, and we will finish up with the 5 remaining photos. All right, guys.
Sounds good.
Don't burn the house down. I got everybody's photos laid out in here. I just printed them. All right. Be right back.
Yeah. Chuck will be coming out with the first anniversary of Photo of the Month book soon. Man, that's a big cat. That's all fur though, man. I got my old neighbor has a cat like that, and he gets the cat styled like a lion cut, so it looks like a lion, and
Turn him into a coonskin cap.
Thing looks like all skin and bones, it's all fur.
Trouble with fireworks is you have to go out at night to photograph them.
Yeah.
And depending on where you are, there's a bunch of people around.
Yeah, it could be, if you could find a nice overlook where there isn't anybody hanging out, where you got no one bumping into your camera and everything, or obviously you're in a big crowd, you run the risk of somebody trying to steal your camera.
Mm-hmm.
I just shot it off the balcony because I can see the city from here, and just use a 1,000 millimeter lens.
Yeah, that last image of that dock, I can just hear mosquitoes.
Yeah. Gustavo saying, when did we start the photo review? I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think it's been a year.
I don't know.
It
It goes so fast, man.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, I
When you're talking about months, it's like, well, you think 6 photographs, that's 6 months.
Yeah, I'll sometimes I'll talk to the wife and I'll say, well, that was just like 6 months ago. She says, no, that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take my dog out. He's being adamant here.
Yeah, right now mine's asleep under my desk right now for the moment. But she, it's funny. As soon as she could be basically asleep under the desk for a couple hours if I'm working on the computer before Chuck's show comes on, and as soon as his show comes on and we start talking, then she's awake and she brings me the ball, and I got to throw the ball with her. It's like, you couldn't do that before the show. You always got to do it when the show starts. Well, real Nikon lover, I thank you. I thank you for taking the time to visit the channel, and I'm glad you get something out of it. And it's like I said, but my last video I put out, I do it because I like it, different things, but I realize that everybody expects me to do birds all the time now. But it's not all I do. My friend Bob and I, we make a point of trying to go to different places. I think, we're going to try to go to an old railroad station, which is a museum now, but I guess it has a overlook area or a balcony or something on the back where you can actually get some active train footage, possibly, if they happen to pass through. So
Trains are very photogenic.
3-hour drive, that would be some great black and white photos.
Mm.
So that's something that we plan on doing down the road. And I think it's, it's important, even though you may specialize in a certain genre, it's always fun to try something you've never tried before, just to break things up a little bit and refresh yourself a little bit. And I think then you appreciate what you do most of the time even more. You got to do some things that are different once in a while. So Chuck, I didn't hear any or anything. So I guess you didn't kill the cat.
Yeah. Man, he's a pain in the butt now that it's getting warm out. All he wants to do is be outside. All right, keep chatting, folks. I'm going to download some photos here real quick. Got your photo, Moz Man.
Gustavo was asking, how long has the photo of the month been going on? You think it's been a year? Or not quite?
Yeah, it has, because we started it in, well, maybe not quite. I started it last year. Oh man, Moz. You guys will love this. All right. Hang on, I'll get all these downloaded, put in the folder. Then I got to go back. Make sure I label it. Now, where did it put that? Oh, because, oh man. Well, let me load them all first, and then I'll worry about that.
Jeff and Leslie, you're taking off. Have a good one. He says he's got to wake up in 5 hours. I'm assuming to take some pictures, correct? You guys have a good one.
Another nice photo.
Don't ask me what I sent in. I don't remember.
All right.
And this has turned out to be a fantastic segment to your show, Chuck, every month.
I'm going to get some black and white again, some infrared. I'm inspired. I haven't done it in so long.
Yeah, that's just it. I get inspired every time we do these just because. Oh, I know what's going on. I'm not in the right. Hang on a second, man. Trying to do it on the fly.
Don't start that, Jeff.
I'm hurting. If you see me like grab my chest and fall out of the chair, I'm done with, man. It's over, man. It's over.
I like old trains, steam engines and that. Very photogenic.
All right.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to, there's very little train movement in Myrtle Beach. There's a small area, and there's really nowhere you can really set up unless you're along the tracks or whatever. But there's a little bit of passage of material goods, in a very small area. But if you really want to see stuff that's more active, you gotta drive 3 or more hours away.
I always like those pictures in New Orleans of the trolleys and stuff. And
I'll tell you, I got it was travel photo, so it wasn't like, I was setting it up for something that I'd ever print out and sell or anything. But I was on a business trip to San Francisco one time, and they still had, the trolley, San Francisco treat, on the sign, from way back when. And I went on that, and that was cool. I really enjoyed that a lot. I mean, I'd love to go to San Francisco again and take some pictures more seriously rather than just quick travel shots. But
I couldn't go to New Orleans and get away from eating enough to go take pictures.
Almost there, guys. Almost there. Guys and gals.
Real Nikon lover had fish tacos, fresh fish tacos, halibut.
Oh, we got to do that again. Dee-da. All right. One more. No, 2 more. How did that slip in there?
Oh.
Sorry, folks, but we don't want to leave anybody out.
Did Roy bite the dust? No, there he is. I bet you could have a Nikon repair facility right there.
Yeah, there you go. You dealing the cards, man.
Yeah, IR filters.
Playing with a full deck. Roy's playing with a full deck.
Oh, I forgot one. Haven't used them for a while, so I'll have to get them out again. Now I've got the time.
All right. We should be good to go. Go back over here.
Ryan's taking off for dinner, so he'll have to come back and see once we get to his photo.
Well, Ryan, if you can hang on just a second. Just a second. I'll pull your photo up. Here is Ryan's photo. Let me go back over here. Open this up. There we go. All right.
There we go.
Wow. I love the composition of it. And this is where actually a long exposure really pays off with that water.
Yep.
Man.
And when you get the froth from the water, you get that nice white in there.
Yep.
Break up the darker tones. Really nice.
Obviously some weather in the background. I like it. It's very nice, Ryan.
That Game of Thrones look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It is. It's
Now,
beautiful.
Joe, you would add a model to the top of that peak, right?
I would have tried to put one there.
Yeah.
We'd have gave it heck anyway.
Yeah.
Uh,
But you have the person holding a sword or something, make it really climactic.
I could visualize, you know, a pre-dress costume, you know, just you could go back 100 years or whatever
Yeah.
and create a beautiful work of art on top of what it is already. I mean, it's already beautiful.
Yeah.
yep.
I mean, location, a lot of it's about the location anyway.
Jim says this is totally metal worthy. I agree, man. That would make a beautiful metal print, wouldn't it?
Where was this at? Where was this taken?
You know what? I didn't take time to read any of the emails. I just
Yeah,
got the
okay.
photos downloaded
Yeah.
and moved so we could look at them. Well, Ryan, I'm sorry you walked away right at the last minute there, man.
You did a good job.
Yep.
You did a very good job.
Great photo.
I mean, that looks like off the coast of England or somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, that ain't no Connecticut photo.
No, that ain't, you know, Galveston Beach.
Beautiful photo. Beautiful. All right. Let's see. Who do we have? Let me go. I'm going to hand select them. Here we go. Mr. Mozman.
That's nice.
Wow.
Wow, Moz. I love it, man.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, I want it, Boz. I want to know who you stole that photo from.
That is too cool, buddy. Too cool.
It's very hard to get the rain just right, isn't it?
Yeah. Man.
It says it's from an organized shoot. Z62 with an 85 f1.8 handheld.
It was holding the hose.
Oh, the lighting's great. All of it's great.
Yeah.
I like it.
A modern flash dance photo is what Jim says. That is nice, Moz. That is nice. Yeah, very dramatic. Beautifully dramatic is what Greg says.
What's the light off to the left that's lighting it?
I'm assuming, Maz, that is not your girlfriend, so I recommend that you hide this photo.
And if it is your girlfriend, congratulations.
That's right.
Great shot, Moz. Great shot, man. Too cool.
You know that ain't his girlfriend because she wouldn't have gotten out in the rain for him.
Yeah. Oh man, beautiful photo though.
I can't get my wife into a picture even when it's dry, so never mind that.
This is VN Labs. There you go, buddy. There's your photo. Give us the story here.
Good job, Maz, man.
He did good.
Man, plenty of room to zoom. Look at all the texture in it. It's fantastic. Very sharp. There's a guitar that's been played a couple of times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of the twin necks I've seen with the 12 string at the top.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That works.
Nice shot, buddy. Maz, yeah, it's a model. All right, VN Labs. Beautiful photo, man. Great shot. Very sharp. I like it. I like it. This is what Vahagan wants to play with some more is shooting bands. Man,
I
think
know a
it's
few
great.
bands that need shooting.
You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Thanks for sharing it with us. Thank you. All right.
I would love to shoot music stuff.
Mm.
This is Hank DiNardo. Hank,
Big
I
columns.
like it. This is another photo that you could, I mean, just the architecture over here in the glass, or I don't know, the lighting coming through it, the columns, the marble columns. It looks like something out of the, what, 40s?
Like
Although I'm
something
sure-
out of a dystopian movie of some kind, you know?
Yeah.
Looks like all the politicians in one place.
Yeah.
All the criminals are in one building.
Yeah, just knock down a few of those columns, boy, people would be happy.
The lighting on it, and the way it shades those columns is really nice. So
Yeah, almost like a whiter at the bottom and then narrows up.
it just
Yeah.
gives it depth.
The uplighting going on in the columns. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Cool photo, man. Very cool.
I mean, it's like and this is a case, to me anyway, where the people are inconsequential almost. It's the columns that really make the shot and the light on them.
Yeah, the
It says it
building.
was last Saturday night, and this was built in 1982
1882.
1888,
or eight. Yeah, that's what I said. Not
1882.
Man, there's so many pictures there though, like just details.
Yep. Yeah, Jim says can feel the vibes in that grand hall. Yep. Wouldn't you like to go back to about 1890 and take some photos of what was going on in there? Man,
Probably get some good fist fights.
probably. Yep.
Why wouldn't I? I've seen the cameras from that time.
You don't think it'd be as sharp, Roy?
You'd be like, okay, everybody stop moving now for about 2 minutes.
60 seconds.
Yeah, my brother's in here right now. He's out of Kentucky Dam fishing, watching the show on his phone. All right, Scott. Thanks, brother. So Hank says they've done events there for the last 40 years. Wow. Well, it's definitely a place for events. You're not bouncing speed lights off that ceiling, are you?
Plenty of headroom.
I can pretty much guarantee it's a place I'd never be invited to.
Yeah, I don't have any clothes good enough to get in the door.
I wouldn't even be let in to deliver something.
Yeah,
There's Craig C's photo.
I'd have to say I'm an Uber driver.
Hey, Craig, I like it. A German Shepherd staring off at something. Cool. I like the vignette on it, too.
Now I love that shot. I got so many of the back of my dog's head. Sometimes he just never turn around. I love those shots though. You just
Yep,
wonder what they're thinking.
exactly. He's in deep thought.
Probably it's like, I know there's a squirrel in that big tree over there. If that fence wasn't in between me and him,
Yeah, that's like you feel that the dog's sitting there and say, "I see you on the other side of that fence," and if you climb over that fence, that'll be the last thing you do.
He says it's an old photo. D200 is D200 days. Cool.
Great
I
Nice
had
photo, Craig.
I had one of those puppies, D200.
Yeah, hey, I know there's a rabbit out there. Exactly.
yeah,
thoughts
it's just one of those everyday photos that you've taken that you just love.
Here's a photo. I love this too. This is Cal Jackson's photo, and again, it's one of those. It's a covered bridge from the inside with all the light on the outside coming through it. So a completely different take on shooting a covered bridge. I like it though.
Nice pattern.
Yeah,
A good smoke bomb in there.
Yeah,
You gotta have some good light rays.
you ain't kidding. It's another model shoot location, isn't it, Joe? Like you said,
yeah.
put some smoke in there.
And
And people don't like smoke bombs the hard way.
oh yeah, if she was backlit and the light streaming with the smoke bombs, oh yeah, that would be cool.
Thanks, Cal. Thanks for dropping dropping a photo. Glad I could get everybody in here. Maz, thank you too for the last second. I love it though. Great photo. Yeah, it's I was just looking at the chat here. It's there's some unique photos in here yet again this month, and you know it's so much fun to go through all these photos. Again, I've said it before, I didn't really want to start this because I didn't want to turn into a nitpicking opportunity for people, and I guess I should say that I didn't have the confidence in the chat and folks at the time to, you know, just enjoy the photos rather than trying to nitpick and pixel peep and everything. But it's really been fantastic.
Nitpicking's next week.
Yeah, nitpicking's next week.
I just like looking at all the pictures. I like seeing what people are doing.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And a lot of people don't have, you know, audiences to share it with a lot of times, and that's important too.
Yep.
It's the type of audience that counts, I think. People are not going to judge and
Yeah,
just try to help.
Just appreciate that people are shooting, being creative, doing stuff.
All right, man, we got through all the photos tonight before midnight. And I know a lot of people are already tired and ready to go to bed. I know I was tired from the get-go. I don't know why. I wanted to take a nap today, didn't get a nap. So, yeah, absolutely. As Craig says, amazing images, everybody. I agree with that 100%. I want to thank everybody that did send images in. It's been fun going through them, no doubt about that. You guys are the best. You folks are the best. And, you know, everybody that's come in as an outsider, you know, just drop into the show for a minute. And I got an email today from somebody talking about how they just stumbled across our community. And I say our community. I always address it that way. It's not mine. It's ours. I think that, you know, it says a lot when people just out of the blue stumble across the channel and say, you know, I really enjoyed it. I enjoy the chat. I enjoy the banner and everything else. And there's really nothing negative. And I think that's what's key. I just wish we could find other channels to actually join us in that same, you know, thought process or same feel, because I'm trying my best, folks, to try to figure out how to continue to bring the community together more so. And I think the inclusiveness of not being so brand fanboyish that you can't enjoy other photo or other you know, camera brands or other people that shoot a different brand and stuff like that. And I got to tell you, for everybody that's in our community, they've done a super job of being that way, not being, you know, a fanboy and running other brands down. That's the first step in building the community. So people feel like if I shoot Sony or Fuji, you know, I can go there and I'm not going to get beat up over my camera brand. I think that's the first step. And then it's people like you all, Joe, and Jeffrey and Roy, that answer questions and, you know, participate in the chat. And you know how I am about the chat. I don't want to negate the chat. The chat is the whole reason for this community. So everybody gets to chime in and have a good time and add their 10 cents worth and ask a question. You know, my brother sent a photo in. He sent it to he sent it to me in message, and brother, I'm not going to the process of downloading it and throwing it on the screen. I'm sorry. I appreciate that you sent a photo though.
Ooh,
I'd rather-
slammed the brother down. Ooh.
I'd
ooh.
rather be out there fishing with you. I got to tell you, because it's been so long, and that's always fun sitting out there at night fishing. But yeah, I just, again, I think it's fantastic. Again, a great community, and it's not because of me, it's because of you all. And I wish we could get more participation, really. I'd love to see more and more people find us and find out what we're about and join us and enjoy in the conversations. So, hats off to you all. You all are what make it happen. And with that said, for those that are in here, if you haven't dropped a like, that's all I ever ask for is drop a like if you enjoyed what we're doing. And I'm a happy camper. It just makes me feel good about, okay, I got to get up and go at it again at the next live stream. But you guys made this Saturday night a photo review a success. And, hats off to you again for that. The photos were fantastic. It inspires me. You heard the other folks in the panel talking about how it inspires them as well. It just gives us something different to look at and maybe go out and try. And even Roy talking about, I got to do a little more black and white photography, It's hard to budge Roy. Roy doesn't budge easy, I'll tell you. So you made an influence there. So yeah, you guys are great. Oh man, I guess we'll continue on for a few more minutes. I'm not going to drag Joe. Joe sounds like he's ready to hit the bed. Used to do this in the Army all the time. You hear that? You guys hear that? And the guys who work for me always said, "What is it?" And I said, "It's my bed calling me. It's time to go to bed." Oh man! All right.
Yeah, it's been nice seeing all the pictures.
The Z8 is great. I'm really enjoying playing with it, and I got to tell you, it's not going to take the place of my Z9. Don't get me wrong here, but I put the 85 on it, and yes, I'm a big fan of that 85 1.2, and I'm having a ball with it. I really am. And I tell you, I think the algorithm is tweaked a little better in the Z8. Not that the Z9 won't get that same tweak, but I don't know. You can ask. Well, Roy, you have both.
I think the Z8's very, very, very slightly better at autofocus.
Yeah, I do too.
If I was still working, I'd bought two Z9s instead. I just want a bit different. It makes a good webcam, though.
Good webcam. All right. Not going to be happy to hear that. Now that they'll wish they'd put a flippy screen on it for a webcam. All right. Yeah, I know it got some negative press as well, but overall it's been very positive. But yeah, I'm really happy with it, Maz. I'm playing with it. Again, it's part of the inspiration to get out and shoot a little more. I even thought about that the other day. I just got sidetracked. But yeah, I want to go out, especially I want to go out and do some more street photography, even locally, try to find something that inspires me for a street shot or something. And I don't know. Do new cameras inspire you to go out and shoot more? I don't know.
New ones, old ones.
New ones, old ones. Yeah.
It's only a camera. New lenses inspire me more.
Well, maybe that's just it. That 85 has really inspired me to play with it even more. So I know a lot of people like the 50 millimeter. I'm just not a big 50 millimeter focal length fan.
I wasn't, but that 50's converted me back again.
Yeah, I can't compare the two. And, some people say that the 50 is sharper. I don't even know how that's possible. I really don't.
It is a little sharper, but it's a different sort of lens.
I
85 is more of a RT type lens than the 50.
But I can't see how it could be sharper. I mean, the 85 is razor sharp.
It's very sharp.
Yeah,
but the 50 is outstanding.
Yeah, I just don't see how. But anyway, it's definitely sharp enough for me. That's for certain. And again, I'm really enjoying the focal length.
Well,
85.
It's a portrait lens. It doesn't need to be even that sharp.
No, you're right. But at 1.2, the center is absolute, or anything that's in focus is absolutely sharp, and I love that fall off. I really do. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. But I don't know how everybody else feels, although I do know how some people feel, and they have their own opinion, and that's fine. But yeah, I can't imagine it. Maybe I need to rent the 50 just to see, because I've got to see something sharper than this lens. And maybe I'll agree with you. I don't know, but
All the Z lenses are very sharp, apart from the 24 to 200.
yeah. And for those of you that don't shoot Nikon, I am not saying that the 85 1.2 Nikkor is the best 85 1.2. It's the best 85 1.2 that I have. I will say that. But I know that everybody's making good lenses and good cameras out there. Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of a long way around saying I'm really enjoying the Z8, Moz.
I'm surprised how good it is.
Yeah, I am too. Now, I haven't taxed it for the battery, a day shooting all day with the battery or anything like that. I'm not worried about that. Again, I've got tons of batteries, EL15.
Changing batteries in the middle of a shoot's very embarrassing.
Yeah, I could see that. But you know what? You can pick and choose your moment. That's the nice thing about that top LCD is you can look at the battery and decide, okay, everybody take a break, or everybody's going to take a pause for the cause or whatever and switch a battery out if you need to. But I don't know how far it's going to go on that battery. That's what I'm saying. I haven't tested it.
It doesn't take the very old Nikon EL15s either.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it doesn't take the dummy AC battery replacements.
And I think
so that's annoying. Good job. It's got 2 USB ports.
I think for people that have a Z9 and you're used to that EL18 battery, you may be a little more harsh on the battery life on the Z8 because
no worse than the other mirrorless camera though.
Yeah, but we are spoiled to that EL18 if you have a Z9 or any other body that you can use the EL18 battery. I mean, you're just spoiled because that thing lasts forever. It's just amazing at how much you get out of that battery.
I'd be more excited if it had one of them in the grip to the Z8.
I know. But, if they made that grip wide enough for the EL18, do you think that it would be obtrusive? I mean, because when you put when Richie put the EL18 battery up to the opening on that battery grip, it misses by a fair amount of being able to put it inside. I don't know how much room they have to play with, Roy. Would it have made it bigger? I don't know.
I'd like it in the grip like the 850 did.
Yeah. Well, I saw a video today, and I don't mean to go gear crazy here for the last piece of this, but I saw a video today, and the guy was saying he was so hoping that Nikon would come out with a brand new battery. I'm sorry. I'm glad that they didn't.
Well, they may come out with a new rev of the ELEN 15 with a higher capacity. I'd be willing to bet that 6 months down the road they'll have something a little bit more power that you could get for that camera.
Yeah, there's probably a D version in the works now, but he was talking about another battery specifically for the new cameras coming out. I
like that the EL15s work on all the different bodies.
Yeah, and that's just it. If they had done that, I think there'd been a lot of blowback on, now I got to go buy new batteries. They have all these different batteries that I have to have or whatever. There was no winning on that. But anyway, I think it's fine. And I can carry an extra battery if I have to. If I'm going to shoot, like I said, I haven't gone out and taxed the camera. I need to go out and be out with it all day long because I leave it on the whole time I'm out when I'm shooting, and just see what I get out of it. See how far the battery goes. And then I'll know, do I need to carry an extra battery or don't I? but I'm not shooting a wedding. And those that shoot weddings, somebody brought up Taylor Jackson's video. He shot a wedding using the Z8. He really liked the Z8, but he said he went through 4.5 batteries. But and everybody was saying, yeah, you know, he went through 4.5 batteries. I think he shot like 7,000 images plus video. So I
And he
mean,
shoots all with the LCD screen.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so that takes up more battery.
So you know, I mean, come on, folks. 7,000 images. Did you expect the one battery? Try that even with an EL18. It isn't going to happen. And shooting video, by the way, and he shot a lot of video too. So I don't think it's that bad. But that's just it. People read into things when they hear things and see things, and they don't think through it. You know. So
I would hate to shoot 7,000 pictures.
you ain't kidding, man.
Sit there and look at that stuff afterwards. Man.
Yep.
Well, I won't talk about how many I've done.
Well, now I've shot. I talk about motocross quite often. I've shot a full day at a national, and I'll shoot 2,000 to 3,000 images. I will, no doubt about that. And a bunch of them are throwaway because I would shoot at high speed frames per second for certain portions of the races that would go on, and you're only going to use 1 or 2 of those. But you've got plenty to choose from. But I did spend a week down at Loretta Lynn's when they have the amateur nationals down there. And I probably did shoot that week. It's actually 5 days of shooting. I probably did shoot about 8,000 to 10,000 photos. And no, it was not fun going through all those photos. Not at all. I think it took me a month to get through them all.
If you come from film, you'll shoot a lot less photos than that.
Yeah, you can bet I would. Maz says, yeah, that's another key piece. Taylor Jackson doesn't edit his own photos. He can shoot 50,000. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man, so nice to have a Steven. Steven, I want to make a video. Get the camera ready. Steven, more people are sending photos. Download them real quick.
Roy's being asked if he's ever tried the Z7 too. I'm sure he
I had
has.
one and sold it when I got the Z9.
Uh,
I would
It's
hate
too,
somebody
too
to add
different to the
photos.
Z9 to use as a second camera. And I've still got a Z6.
I still have my Z6 and Z6 too. So am I going to buy the
Z7
Z6?
was something I wasn't going to use. Great camera, but if you got a Z9 or a Z8, you don't need a Z7 too.
Yeah.
yeah, you don't. No.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
5 seconds is too long to change a battery.
All right.
In the studio, my camera's got no doors on them, so they're even quicker.
Yep. And that's the one thing I need to show everybody. Most people, I need to do that. I need to show everybody the camera stand, try to tempt people.
I'd use one of them, but it's hard to get in the boot.
Yeah, I could see that. No doubt about that. But I'll tell you, in a studio with a hard floor, you can't, it's no good on carpet, obviously. But in a studio with a
carpet,
hard,
yeah, a nice big heavy tripod
Yep.
for indoors.
man, I love that thing. Move it everywhere, move it up and down, side to side, do whatever you need to do and lock it down and just shoot. And even
Never go
over,
around to getting one.
you know, it was another one of those things. I just fell in love with it, watching a few people actually use it. And yeah, I wouldn't suggest anybody go buy it unless you really want one. But I got to tell you, there's a reason for it. It's definitely a studio workhorse. Chosen by design. He says, I bought me a Z6 II, a Z7, and a Z8 recently, or you mean you recently bought the Z8 to add to? My brother says Strawberry Moon down here. Wish my cheesy phone camera would take a pic. Well, you didn't see the iPhone photos that we had on here earlier that were fantastic.
Can never get good pictures from a phone. Must be me.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Chosen by design. I see what you're saying. Ever since I've been watching AP, he's bought a Z6 II, a Z7, and a Z8. Man, I hope I wasn't any influence in any of that. But great cameras, though. Great cameras.
If you can't use any of them, you should give it up.
He says AP Studios, Mr. Chuck has been the biggest Nikon salesman because of Mr. Chuck. First Z6 II last year, then Z7 a few months ago, and dumb luck purchase at vacation last weekend Z8. Well, man, I'm sure you're enjoying all of them. Yeah, I don't know. With all my ranting early on last year, I'm sure Nikon would disagree with you that I was a Nikon salesman. Oh. And Maz wants to know, did anybody buy the Leica Q3? I saw a Q2 for $3,700 the other day. Yeah, the only reason I would buy a Leica is just to tote it around showing it off.
That's what people do. Beautifully engineered, but well overpriced.
Yeah.
Lovely lenses, but no one uses the Leica lenses on Leica cameras.
That's because once they bought the Leica, they can't afford the lenses.
That's right.
Yeah.
I would love to have a Q2.
So the Q versions are fixed lens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On there.
Budget model. Only about 9,000 or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So,
I got to drop out. My dog's telling me it's bedtime.
all right, Joe. Hey, Joe, thanks for hanging in here this long, man. I know you were tired. You said that early on, but thanks for being in here.
I just like looking at all the images. Gives me a reason to get out and go do it.
Yep. Well, great, man. And your photo was stellar, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, all of them were fantastic, but man, that photo, I knew it when I opened it. I said, oh man, here we go.
I just hope I get the same kind of luck when I go back.
I'm sure you will, man. I don't think it's luck is just the weather. You put it all together, and I'm sure you can turn weather into something that you'd call luck too.
I wish. I wish. Y'all have a good night. I appreciate it, everybody.
Hey, have a good one, Joe. Take care.
All right. Any idea of map camera on eBay? I don't know anything about it. Maz, yeah, Maz is in here. Maz, you ever heard of map camera on eBay? Rakesh is
I've
asking.
never heard of it.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
I buy
Okay.
most of my camera gear from Japan because it's usually very good quality. A little bit dearer, but the Japan
Yeah.
stuff seems to be better cared for.
Yeah.
You never had any issues or concerns buying the stuff from, because isn't that like eBay in Japan?
Yeah, I've not from the Japan stuff. I've had one from Korea that's pretty bad, and a couple around the world that have been really actually shockers. I'll just send them back and get the refund.
Yeah,
Obviously, faulty stuff.
yeah.
If it's
Hey,
faulty,
Dave.
you got a guarantee.
Hey, David, thanks for joining us tonight. Tell Anita we said hello and thank her as well. Thanks for the images as always. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Yeah. Take care, Dave. Stay warm. Stay warm in Canada.
Mike Farwell, I priced out some Savage 107-inch paper backgrounds. Heck, the shipping is nearly the cost of the roll of paper. It is. It is. Shipping is crazy. You're absolutely right.
You should try it here. Ed
That's-
Rama tried to charge me $114 for a $5 modifier. Little
Man,
plastic thing.
man. Yeah, that long tube, that 107 inch, I think the 5 foot, isn't it? Maybe it isn't even 5 foot. One of them is actually free shipping because it's so narrow. But
Mm.
yeah, that 107 inch wide. Yep.
Most of my backgrounds are that 3 meters or 3.6 meters.
Yeah, I keep saying if I go back down to B&H sometime in the near future, I'm going to drive again, and I'm going to take some plastic so I can wrap the tubes and buy it while I'm there and ship it home on top of the car. It is crazy, but there you go. That's UPS and FedEx. That's what that is.
It's worse when your background comes all folded up and almost iron flat.
I just bought one of those Kate backdrops not long ago, a couple or 3 months ago. I'm really happy with it. I mean, I'd love to have a real painted backdrop. I'd love to have one, but man, $500 to $800 or $1,200 is hard to part with for one background.
Get some of those drop sheets from a hardware store and just paint them yourself.
Yeah. I've thought about trying to do that, Roy, but I don't know. I got a feeling that it just looked like a kid had a.
If it doesn't look right, just paint it again. try again. It's easier than you think.
Yeah, eventually you'll come across something, won't you? All right, folks, we're past the midnight hour. Everybody's tired except for Roy. Roy's got a whole day ahead of him yet, so the rest of us are heading for bed here soon. And now I got to go chase my cat down and bring him in before I go to bed. Gimme.
Yeah, I think I want to sleep for about 12 hours.
I know, Jeffrey. I know you're tired. You talked about that before we even got started. So, all right. So I want to thank everybody again that's in the chat and everybody that's just viewing. If you're out there just watching and enjoying the show, listening to it, let us know. I know a lot of people don't want to drop a comment or whatever, but send me an email and let me know, because I really enjoy hearing about that. People that just listen in. I've tried several times I've thought about several times making this audio podcast, just taking the live stream after it rolls over into a video. I have the option to download the audio and just put those up, but I don't know. I'm not so tech savvy, as most of you already know. And I don't even know if I want to go that far. But anyway, I do appreciate everybody that's in there and everybody that watches every week, or twice a week for some people. I really appreciate that. I don't want to burn my friend Jeffrey out.
Too late. I'm already burnt out.
But I always appreciate you being in here, Jeffrey, and Roy, you being in here so often. I know that Wednesdays are a little difficult for you, but every now and then I know you catch a show. You can't sleep or you wake up.
I'm usually in the chat anyway.
Yeah. So
sometimes I'm falling asleep, but I'm in the chat.
All right. So again, without dragging this out any further, let me turn it over to Roy to say good night, and then Jeffrey, and then we'll wrap it up.
Good night from a nice sunny day in Australia. It's 19 degrees Celsius, whatever that is where you are. Good night to you,
Jeffrey.
Hey, everybody. Great pictures, everybody. Another great demonstration of all the talent of everybody that comes on Chuck's show. And it's, it's my favorite every month. Wish we could do it every day. I mean, I don't think we'd get tired of it. I mean, Chuck would get tired. He'd be like, and he'd have to get another computer and more storage. But
yeah,
that's what the Facebook page is for.
Yeah. And yeah, let me mention that the AP Studios group over on Facebook. I love all the photos that you guys drop. I don't have a chance all the time to make a comment, but you can bet I'm going through and checking like or love for a lot of those photos. again, that's inspiration as well to see what you guys are producing. We have a lot of people over there in that group that don't necessarily participate in the live streams, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. So if you're not checking out AP Studios Group, please do so over on Facebook, because it is inspiring. There's some fantastic photographers over there as well. And I think you'll really enjoy the photos that they share constantly. So with
That's
that,
the one with all the nasty comments.
yeah. With that, I'm going to say good night. I will see everybody Wednesday on our Wednesday afternoon stream. It's at 12 noon. For those that don't know, 12 noon, 12 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. And those usually run at least 3 hours, unless I've got something I have to do. And there are times when I have to help Mama with something. I can't stay as long. But you guys can forget about us breaking our newest record on any stream anytime soon. That 10 and a half hour stream was a killer.
It
I'm gonna have to get a rollaway bed to do another one of those the next time. But yeah, again, thank you all so much for participating. I love y'all, and just do me a favor and drop me a like. That's all I ask for on this channel, just to keep me motivated. I appreciate it when you do. So that said, God bless you all, and I will see you Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern time. T-Mid, how you doing, buddy? We're getting ready to sign off, buddy, but I'm glad you dropped in, man. All right, folks, that is it. It's a wrap. Talk to you later. Thanks for all the beautiful photos tonight.